and this popcorn.
Popcorn. All right.
Yeah, I'm actually. Well, the whole purpose of me eating the popcorn was when we got to the Lincoln Park part. I was just gonna continue eating popcorn and make it as loud as possible to piss anybody who's listening.
All right.
But I got hungry instead, so.
All right. Well,
I think the only people that would be the only people that would be listening are people that are redirected from the show, so they're probably not going to be Lincoln Park fanboys.
Damn it!
Well, they're right here.
Yeah. All right.
Don't worry, I got my share to say about that, but we'll get to that eventually.
Lincoln Park? Oh, I'm sorry. I was too busy not giving a shit.
Yeah, I had a clever one.
Well, moves
I don't
on.
remember. All right. So I am recording. So let's see if we can get this thing started. Hey, it's Friday night, and it's time again for the Fancast, episode 7. On the line tonight, we have the man who started this nonsense, Kendo Slice.
Sabrina, don't just stare at it, eat it.
We have Mr. President himself, Augs for president.
Trump's got nothing on me. Augs 2020.
All the way from a whole nother reality is Reality's Frank.
Next summer, Rob Schneider is Matt Damon. Rated R.
Or retarded.
And we have our favorite New Yorker, Liquid Metal Pro.
Apparently, New York City has 31 genders, so that gives me 31 types of different genitals to kick.
All right. And I am this week's clicker, Brainmuffin.
Whoa, easy there.
I know.
I don't think you can say that word.
That's racist, I think.
It
Yeah.
might be. Probably
Did you say
is.
clicker?
Clicker. Mouse clicker. I click the button that starts the show.
That is racist.
Isn't clicker something that women are afraid of or something? I don't know.
No, I think he meant cucker.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait a second. They wouldn't be afraid of cucks. Don't they dominate them?
Yes.
Hence cuck? God, this is getting confusing.
Well, if they have the right personality, but if they want to be waited on hand and foot, then no, they're kind of pissed off on it.
This is what happens when you bring a fucking ESL onto an English primary show.
Oh.
Hey!
You can no
Damn it, you
Deutsch
just wait
sprechen.
till I pass that. You just wait till I pass that test.
Yeah, well, until then, chupame la verga.
All right. Well, last week
That's about right.
we had our biggest show ever, and we had our biggest guest ever, our only guest ever. So we had
And he is big.
yes. So Jeff Hicks came on, gave us a
His
shout
name is
out
Jeff.
on episode 81, and
Oh.
I did make a comment in there. I don't know. I didn't put the link, but at least I got the Fancast YouTube channel link coming up in the comments. So if you're over there on episode 81, please click over here. Well, of course, you wouldn't hear this if you were over there, but that's okay.
Idiot.
So, episode 7, I know. Hey, you guys are keeping me up past my bedtime, so screw
Easy, cuck muffin.
off. Touche.
That's not going away anytime soon.
Yeah,
No.
great. Yeah. Well, that's probably sexist or something.
Speaking of cucks, what the hell happened with Cuckin? He's been missing in action for a while.
No, he's literally missing in action. I messaged Jeff this morning because I was talking to him last night, like after the show came down on Podbean. I was up half the night and started listening to it, and it was just like fucking messaging back and forth with Jeff because, you know, him and I talk, just saying.
Yep.
And I messaged him this morning, and I was like, hey, is Dustin still MIA? Like, has he not checked in at all? He's like, no, not at all. It's like, wow, that's pretty fucked up. So, like, literally, he went missing before last week's episode. No contact whatsoever, and it's been in no contact during the entire week leading up to this week's episode.
Yeah. Because Jeff
So
said
he's
last
literally
week,
just vanished.
Jeff said it was, the whole crew. Well, see, I had lunch with Laudy a few weeks ago, and I talked to him about why he was being moved over to the ring rust. And yeah, he said for like 8 weeks he didn't tell Jeff whether he was going to make it or not. And I think Jeff got tired of it in some ways. That wasn't the
I can
only
understand
reason.
that.
But Laudy's far more animated on that. When you guys didn't do ring rust again this week, did you?
No, something came up last minute, and they weren't able to record. I wasn't going to be able to be on it because of my fucked up internet. But
yeah, because I didn't see
Illuminati, man. They're trying to take us out one by one.
I did look over there and didn't see a new episode, so I thought, oh, okay, 2 weeks in a row, oh well.
No, they were all set to record and everything, but they just there was like a last minute like family thing happen, and it was just they weren't able to record. So roll on to the next Wednesday.
All righty. Well, speaking of family things, we did have a really great discussion topic in the comments about episode 81 with the Linkin Park singer deciding he'd had enough of everything.
Yes.
Is that really what is that really it? Like he just had enough of everything and he decided, hey, look, I'm just gonna off myself.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, yeah. So
he hung
essentially,
himself, didn't he?
Yeah, Charles Butterfield or whatever his name is.
Chaz
I guess
Chaz Bonofield
decided. Yeah, Chaz Bonofield decided to kill himself for reasons that haven't been disclosed. He's been dead for a while, and I don't know. They haven't come out and said what happened yet, but a lot of people are like, his best friend was Chris Cornell, and he killed himself 2 months ago, and blah 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 blah. And this was but his 43rd birthday, and he did it then, so he just must have missed his friend. So apparently, those two are working on being stars in Suicide Squad 2.
Oh, that's great.
I nearly choked on popcorn here.
And I will tell everybody the same thing. Look, I've lost friends and family to a variety of things, minus war. So I laugh at and make fun of everything. And again, it's not like we're talking about some teenage kid who was bullied his whole life and picked on and had no thoughts of anything else and felt this is the only way I can deal with all this. This was a 40-something-year-old man, world famous, rich, wealthy, could have anything in the world that he desired, but he went ahead and decided to off himself because he was too sad.
Yeah. Well, we don't know his background, so we don't know if he was dealing with any mental issues or I mean, that's the thing with Robin Williams was,
Oh man, come on!
He
Like
had
Robin
problems.
Williams. With Robin Williams, though, there was more to it than just the instability and the drugs and the depression. The man actually, if you ever get a chance, look up the truth about Robin. I think it's called The Truth About Robin Williams. It's on the Stefan Molyneux channel, and he gives a really interesting perspective on his life and how he became like emotionally attached to women, and the dependence on marriage, which actually ruined him financially.
Oh yeah, I know.
So what role in Suicide Squad 2 will he play?
The genie.
Yeah.
No, but with this guy, damn, even I get his name wrong, and I used to listen to his music.
Chester Bennington.
Yes.
But with him, I mean, prior to the release, like
Cuckington.
We're still gonna piss off one person in the comment section at least.
I really don't fucking care. I don't care.
We're lucky. No, I'm here with the intention of pissing people off. I'm not here with the intention of speaking like on the guy's eulogy or anything, but to give a little perspective for people. The man really kind of did have somewhat of a fucked up background, and that was all I remember was like issues at home and then drug abuse and crap like that. That's one of the reasons why that first album, if you listen to that Hybrid Theory album, you can kind of tell this guy is really, what was it, that song, One Step Closer, I'm About to Break?
Well, it was One Step Closer off the stool and his neck was about to break.
Maybe he killed himself because he finally lost a trans. So
either way, in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Nope.
Oh, please.
And the puns just keep rolling in.
This is what I wanted to say. The thing with Linkin Park and the thing with Chester Bennington or whatever, at this point I was just calling him Chesterfield, whatever. I don't know. He just looks like one.
Chesterfield Billings.
Now, have you guys ever heard on the Bob? It's been years since I've listened much to the Bob and Tom show, but they had a fake commercial for this guy and his memory tapes.
That still exists.
What, the Bob and Tom show?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Bob's not on it anymore. But he still owns the rights, so it's still called the Bob and Tom show, and he shows up like 3 times a year as a guest. But Tom is the main one. But yeah, that one where that one where the guy's got the memory tape, that is hilarious because every time he says his name, it's different.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Bob and Tom's your granddad's fucking morning show.
Yeah. Well, okay. So are we done? I don't know. Augs, you didn't say anything there.
I don't know. He
This is
doesn't
the
know who.
thing I want to say.
Yeah.
I blame Linkin Park for the fucking rise in weebooism, and the reason why.
Oh God, here we go.
And the reason why.
He
is
finds a
because
reason
they
to talk about
don't-
weeboos every week.
I know he's like, oh, I'm reformed. I'm not a weebo anymore. But yet every week he fucking talks about the shit. It's like Bryon when he's like, we're not talking about Wonder Woman anymore, and then every week her delts didn't look good. It's like, dude, every fucking week, man.
Wait. Are we still gonna bring up Wonder Woman later?
No!
Oh!
Come on, man. We gotta talk about Gal Gadot's tits or something.
She didn't have any. Come on, get your point out.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. All I remember was they created, some idiot on the internet created one music video using In the End, and ever since then, like, every fucking Linkin Park song that ever came out was fucking attached to some anime music video, and it became like this whole trend back when I listened to the music back in high school and somewhat going into college. God, that was it. That was the height of their popularity. Everything else they did afterwards was just basically selling out and making emo shit. And terrible trash stuff that sounded no different from everything else that sounded emo shit is. I don't know if that's a word, but god damn it, their later albums were trash. So fuck that Linkin Park after that third album.
Yeah, cool story, bro. The reason Linkin Park went downhill, the exact moment that Linkin Park shit the bed as a band was when it was a few months after Meteora came out. They had a good album in Hybrid Theory and a good album in Meteora, and then all of a sudden they came out with a remix of one of their songs, and Jay-Z sitting there going, yeah, what, yeah, and they're like rapping with Jay-Z. That's when they changed. That's when it all went downhill.
But it still doesn't even matter.
That's exactly. It doesn't even matter. So the Meteora can fucking hit the planet any time now and just wipe us out.
And now it's forgotten.
Yeah. Moving on.
Thank you.
I agree.
I agree with you.
The
juice is loose.
The juice is loose, baby. I fucking love it. I fucking love it.
Great.
He's been ill too long.
He has. And I've had many conversations with people over the last couple days about this because suddenly everyone's a goddamn legal expert.
Oh,
It's
what do you
like,
mean?
okay, so on my Facebook and Liquid Metal Pro, if you were smart enough to use that and stuff, you could be in our little group chat that we created earlier today, and you could be in the Fancaste and those guys.
I'm
but
still having trouble recognizing the letters in English.
We all understand, beso mi culo. So we
Mira, coño.
Chingo Madre. Anyway. So OJ gets paroled. Okay. He's gonna be he was granted parole. He's gonna be released in October. I guess it takes 3 months to get the paperwork through. I don't know how the Las Vegas or the Nevada, penal system works.
Well, it is government, so hey.
Well, good point. So anyway, I just wrote, OJ's been paroled. Good for him. Served longer than he should have been. And somebody was like, he didn't serve his whole term. He should have been there his whole time. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, he was overcharged and over-sentenced for the crime he committed. Okay? They hit him with the maximum as best they could because the judge clearly was sending a message that says, I'm putting you away for the maximum because we're getting some retribution for the crimes that you were acquitted on and the things that you've done in your life that you may have evaded, anything for. And so half the people I know are like, well, he shouldn't be allowed out. He should have served his he beat his wife and he did this and the civil court said he killed those people. It's like, dude, civil court for starters is bullshit. The civil court should not have been able to make a ruling on the case that a criminal court had found him not guilty on, regardless of whether or not you think he did it. Criminally, he didn't do it. And then somebody else said something, I don't remember, and it was just, look, the guy's 70 years old, has been a model prisoner, and has served 9, almost 10 years of a 33-year term that he was over-sentenced on to begin with. Fucking let him out. What's he going to do?
I mean, of course he was a model prisoner. He didn't have any white women to kill for 7 years, so...
But allegedly, motherfucker, allegedly.
Yeah, you better be careful, man. You got to put that alleged in there.
It's a shit like that. It's shit like that gets people overcharged on things and over-sentenced.
Well, the thing is with the whole OJ thing, I don't understand. Like, what I see where you're coming from because I don't think people really understand why he's in jail. It's not because of the whole alleged murder thing. And again, you're free to believe whatever you want at that point. Me personally, I don't know. That book was a little too convincing. Damn.
Oh, dude, don't get me wrong. I'm pro OJ, but do I think the guy killed those people? Yeah, I sure do. But according to the state of California, he didn't, and
he was acquitted of it. So what more is there to do? What's to say about it?
I lived through it, and the guys were talking about it, like if they remember it and everything like that. I vividly remember all the stuff, and I'm very interested. Like anytime there's a documentary on, or like an hour-long like crime show about O.J. Simpson behind the trial and stuff, I always watch it because it's really interesting to me. Because having it as a child and having it as an adult, I've got two very different perspectives on the whole thing, and so it's just. Somebody like in one of the comments today said something about maybe they'll get OJ for the murder. He'll slip up and say he did it, and they'll get him for the murder. I'm like, dude, number one, that's double jeopardy. They can't do that. He could literally go on like fucking Good Day Morning with Matt, whatever the fuck his name is, and be like, yeah, I killed my ex-wife and that guy. I fucking showed up at the house, was pissed off at the bitch, took out a knife, stabbed the fuck out of her, cut her head off almost, and killed the guy. What are you going to do about it? And the best part is, they can't do anything about it because the way their system works, they can't do anything about it. Will he do that? Probably not. But that's not the point. The point is, a lot of people also don't understand that in the United States, we have double jeopardy for a reason.
Yeah, there was a whole movie about it too, like double jeopardy people. So I don't get how the world doesn't know what that is.
Because it's like anytime anything happens, like anytime the president does something, everybody suddenly becomes a fucking constitutional and like government scholar. Anytime a movie comes out, everyone's suddenly a world famous movie critic. Just everybody, the social media age we live in, everybody is suddenly a fucking expert on everything. Bastards. But no, dude, I remember the OJ thing like it was yesterday, because the day that it happened, we had a baseball tournament. And I got home, and we got home, and like the next morning, like the news was all, OJ's ex-wife found murdered, blah 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 blah, not a big deal. And then like 2 days later, I got home from school, and was getting ready to go to like my sister's dance recital or something, and that's when the Bronco chase happened. And so my mom ended up taking my sister to the dance recital, and I stayed home because I wanted to watch this fucking Bronco chase. I'm like, no, I want to see this. I like OJ. He's funny in The Naked Gun. And so I watched that. And then like the trial thing, dude, every day I'd get home from school, and like if we didn't go outside and do something, we were like watching OJ trial. And as a kid, I've got adults telling me what's happened and like relaying the information to me about the DNA and all this stuff. And so like I was convinced as a kid, oh yeah, he's guilty. Those people are stupid for letting him go. But then as I got older and I watched the OJ, if you ever see it, the OJ Made in America documentary is really good. The People versus O.J. Simpson show was really, really good as well. Although I agree with Jeff that Cuba Gooding Jr. does not look like O.J. He's a good actor, but O.J. is like 6'2", 250. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s not. And so, but then again, who else out there is going to get to play Cuba Gooding Jr. unless we SJW'd it up and we got like a transvestite black woman who's a lesbian to play O.J. Simpson. So, yeah, that would be possible. But yeah,
that
so like,
exists.
Yeah, as I could have got RuPaul to do it. RuPaul is O.J. Simpson. But then as I got older and like I've like watched like the way the evidence was presented and the way the defense dissected it, I'm like, I wouldn't say that I'm convinced beyond a reasonable doubt, but I can see how people could be. I can see people having reasonable doubts, especially in that bubble of Los Angeles where the police department and the African American community didn't exactly get on.
And they still don't anyway.
Yeah, they still don't anyway.
Well, I heard on the radio the other day, I forget if it's on, I forget what network it's on, but they're doing a thing like, one of them is the jury, it's from the jury's perspective. They're talking to some jurors from some high profile cases, and O.J. Simpson's one of them. And it's like on Hulu or something, I don't know. But yeah, it is interesting. They made a bunch of mistakes in that. one of the things that they had at the time, they had him have gloves on, and they had him try to put the driving gloves on. And it just so happens that even though I had a piece of crap car, my mom got me driving gloves one year for some reason that I don't understand. And I watched how he put them on, and even without those rubber gloves on, they were not going to fit. And I demonstrated to people where I was working. I took the glove off my hand so you can see that it actually worked, and it's just all in how he held his thumb. It was very hard to detect, and the glove was not going to go on. And then I moved my thumb the way it should be, and we're talking maybe 1/8 of an inch, and the glove slipped right on. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of Marsha Clark made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, no, they fucked up by that. They made a mistake making him tear around the gloves. That was a bad idea.
And my whole take, I was kind of on the fence until there was the blood evidence came that there were, I forget now, it's been too long, but there was a characteristic about the blood. There was like a rare blood condition and that OJ had, and it was like, I don't know, 20 people on the planet have this, So it was like the circumstances really started to mount that, maybe he did this and it was a crime of passion. It may not necessarily have been premeditated. But then I was like, well, I think he may have done this, but I don't think it was necessarily premeditated. But the way the defense went about it, I was like, you've put too many doubts in people's minds, and you are talking about, I think they went at first-degree murder at that point.
Yeah, it was first.
And and in some ways, here in Cincinnati, we have a case that's been going on. It's finally the guy they had a hung jury twice, and they're not going to do a third time. But the biggest mistake that, on my mind, now granted, I'm not a lawyer, I'm just a computer nerd. But again, they had a white cop accidentally shot unarmed black man, and if they could put this guy on trial for being an ass bag, he would have been guilty within about 3 days because he'd been dismissed from 2 other police forces. But they were going for first-degree murder, and it's like, yes, this guy is a moron and shouldn't have been a policeman, and he was definitely responsible, but no part of it was premeditated, right? He's not going on shift saying, I can't wait to shoot somebody today. But the prosecution here, they were pressured into going for murder 1. They can't prove murder 1 because there's no premeditation.
I was going to say, that's a lot of the problems with a lot of these cases. Like, there's overcharging. If they would have went on OJ with, like, second degree, I think they'd had a better chance because a lot of people, again, everyone's a legal scholar. I would study to be a lawyer for a year and realize I don't want to fucking do this. Should have been. I would have been good at it. And the burden of proof between second and first degree murder is, like, huge.
Oh, yeah.
There's a giant step up between first and second. And, like, George Zimmerman, that case, the reason why he got off is because they overcharge it. They were trying to get him on second-degree murder in that case. It's like, you're not going to get second-degree murder on that one. I was like, you go for manslaughter, you could probably get a manslaughter. But second-degree murder, there's boxes that have to be checked off that says that this is a second-degree homicide or this was first-degree homicide. And they were never going to check this. Same thing with that Casey Anthony lady that killed her kid, supposedly. They went for first-degree murder on that, and it's like, phew, you're going to have a hard time proving that one. And by the way, she's still hot, and I don't care if she killed her kid or not. I would still get with that.
Well, killing the kid, at least it takes away some of that responsibility. So, I mean,
I don't want to have children, probably ever. I mean, I might change my mind if the right woman came along, but if it's like I don't want to have kids, you're willing to kill them, I think we'll be okay.
That's a bit morbid.
Well, I am a morbid guy. If you would have read my comment on the
I know.
episode
I did read it.
Oh, good.
I read your comments.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. And you'll understand that I joke about a lot of things.
Yep.
I'm willing to joke about anything. It's either all okay or it's not okay, just like South Park says, and I agree with them.
Well, no, that was definitely the whole point. I remember, I think it was that guy that there was that guy that like he was like virtue signaling or something, and you responded to him, and he
I tore that fucker apart. He deleted his comment.
Oh, I missed. Yeah, I saw your thing saying, "Hey, he deleted it," but I missed what he added. What he did.
I actually have it. I actually saved a screenshot of basically what it was.
It was he said something like, "Oh, making fun of a guy's suicide, classy." It's like, "Oh, fuck you." Okay, and I said something to the effect of, "Unless you knew this guy personally, shut up. You're just virtue signaling," which is the case. He's great standing and virtue signaling.
Yeah.
You know, none of us knew fucking, Chester, Bigglesworth or whatever the fuck his name was personally.
We can't
Sure,
remember his name.
we've all heard Linkin Park songs. I like some Linkin
swear.
Park songs. Like I said, I like the first 2 albums they put out. Is it something I own? I bought Hybrid Theory. I liked it. Do I listen to it anymore? No. I kind of got out of that phase of angry rap metal or whatever the hell they had going on. But am I torn apart that the guy killed himself? No. I don't really get all upset over any dead celebrity. Like when Lemmy and David Bowie died in like a month span, it wasn't like I was upset. I was just like, man, I really enjoyed Motorhead. I like David Bowie's music. I listen to David Bowie sometimes, and I listen to Motorhead regularly. It sucks that those guys are dead. The part that bothers me is that these 2 guys are dead, and fucking Rosie O'Donnell is still alive, or like Adele, or Katy Perry, or somebody that sucks.
Well, Katy Perry, I'm still waiting on a sex tape, so let's hold off on that one.
There's a website I can tell you to go to called woodrocket.com. They got a Katy Perry lookalike that does it with an Elmo.
I saw that one already.
All right, there you go.
I think you did tell him.
See her, like the real her.
They call it
God
Katy
damn it.
Pervy.
Where the hell's that? Where's Fappin' in Part 3?
Dude, I think we're on like Fappin' in Part like 12 at this point because there's like mini waves that happen. Like there was the big first one that happened. Dude, I remember when that happened too because I was sitting there like playing around on Reddit and doing some other things. All of a sudden, like I see this. Yeah, you go to Reddit, you find some interest. Reddit's one of those like rabbit hole places that you can find topics, start reading, and just goes on. And then like there was one that popped up, and it's like 4chan is exposing like all these naked like leaks and stuff. And I'm like, what? And I was like literally on the cutting edge of this. So as the stuff was getting leaked, I'm like seeing it all come down the pipe. I'm like, wow, I'm on like the forefront of like information for like a big event. This is cool. And so that happened, and then there's been like smaller waves of fappening since then. Like every few weeks, it's like 10 more celebrities get nude leaks, and it's just go to celebjihad.com and you'll see it all. Okay, and then you're fine.
About the WWE supposed leaks that might be inbound?
Depends. I know Kevin Owens. Apparently, people were like, he was responding to
I am
somebody.
not gonna watch that.
It's like Kevin Owens apparently has like some nude leaks. I'm like, what? He's like, that's not true. I don't have any of those, so I don't know where the people are getting it. I'm like, okay, big deal. There's supposedly like Alexa Bliss ones out there, but she's come out and said, yeah, I've never been stupid enough to fucking send naked pictures of myself to anybody.
You couldn't even confirm it was her because there was like no face shots, and there was nothing like.
I wasn't talking to you. Not you. My fucking echo went off when I said Alexa Bliss. The bitch has got a mind of her own, but she does anything I ask her to, so she's great.
Oh man, but speaking about 4chan, right? I was kind of curious about like I don't want to like bring it back to the whole Chester Bennett thing, but really the only reason I went on was just to see what they had to say on Politically Incorrect, and I found out something interesting about this guy. One of his they apparently had archived a tweet where he had said something about how Trump is a terrorist. And they basically continued a small thread. I don't know why it got shut down, why it got closed. Maybe they pissed off somebody in the moderators. And basically the whole thing was how everybody was calling this guy a faggot and how the Trump curse continues. Anyone who's supposedly like calling him a terrorist or something keeps dying or suffering some bad fate.
Well, anyway, R.I.P. Charles Bennigan's. Everyone likes your restaurant.
Didn't Butters get lost once trying to find that?
Yeah, he was trying to get to Chester Bennigan's. So,
We're gonna piss off one person, and I'm gonna love it.
I don't care. I hope we do.
I'm enjoying this. Like, I'm actually enjoying this, and that makes me more of an asshole for admitting that.
So, yes. But, so, Chester Bennigan is dead. Well. I guess the next...
He had another death, too.
The next Linkin Park album's not going to drop unless it's on the end of a rope.
You were saving these, weren't you?
Dude, they're just coming to me, man.
He's just going to randomly blurt them out all night.
I'm on like little to no sleep because Insomnia's been hitting in waves. I got a Winston Churchill drink going on here. I'm just having a good day.
Yeah. Do the other two, do Augs or Frank want to say anything about the first two topics?
I don't really have
My
anything.
goddamn t-shirt.
Okay, that's all we need to know.
Incarnate-studios.com.
.com.
The best
Don't forget the
t-shirts.
goddamn hyphen.
The best
Yeah.
t-shirts.com.
Buy a
Speaking
goddamn
about the
t-shirt.
hyphen. Speaking about the hyphen, I didn't know that was actually a Spider-Man reference.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yes, because it's
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, and don't forget it. He even has one of his comics. Jeff showed that. He
Yes.
was yelling at somebody saying, "Don't forget the hyphen."
That's one of those things that, of the 5 things you don't know about Spider-Man, I did know. I'm like, oh, I knew that.
Yeah. Well,
I think
speaking
I
of
actually knew most of
Spider-Man,
the stuff that was there.
I don't think we talked about the live-action Aladdin, did we? Did we talk about that already?
Yeah, we talked about it last week, and none of us care.
Yeah, I know, but it was confirmed that Will Smith is the genie.
Yes, we talked
Yeah.
about that last week as well, and none of us
it was
cared.
in '81. They talked
God
about it
damn
this
it.
week. Yeah, I told some people at work about that, and they thought I was kidding. And I'm like, go Google it. And they're like, this isn't even funny anymore.
Okay, well, I tell you what. How about rephrase the question like this? Be like, now that Will Smith's been confirmed in as the genie in the live-action Aladdin, do you guys care? Go ahead.
No,
I was gonna say you could. The answer is still no.
I am anticipating a lot of Fresh Prince references, though.
There's that, and one of the commenters that was talking about that said that they wish Mia Khalifa was cast as Jasmine. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
Then I might care about that. I might care about live-action Aladdin then if it's Mia Khalifa as Jasmine.
I did have to figure out who she was. So.
I just don't even see how they're gonna do a genie. They're gonna fucking CGI a blue thing with Will Smith's face. I don't understand.
Nah, they're just gonna paint him up like Mystique.
Did you see Kazam?
Here you go.
Have you seen Kazam? That's Shaq playing the genie.
I thought that was Sinbad.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what it was.
Oh, it was Shaq. You're just confused because they're both black.
No, there's a fucking genie movie that has Sinbad.
No, that was very definitely Shaq because he was rapping and it was painful.
Terribly,
it's
might I add.
Shaq. It's Shaq, and people think they get mixed up. Yeah. They
Because
think
they
it
all
was
look-
Sinbad. It is
they all
Shaq.
look like him.
I'm looking at the movie poster.
It's
Shaq.
Kazam, not Shazam.
I said Kazam. I didn't say Shazam.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
He
I
said
did.
Kazam.
Don't duck and defend him.
This is why this is being recorded. You'll rewind right back to that point.
Oh, he doesn't listen.
No, I'll still
Fine.
fucking deny it.
Okay, Bill.
And you just click on the bar.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Shazam, Kazam, Shaq, Sinbad. Sinbad's cooler. Nobody cares about genie movies.
Yeah. But anyway. All right, cool. Then moving on. Isn't that great?
The genie trend was ruined by Christina Aguilera in 1999.
I don't even know what the hell that means.
Wow, that came out of nowhere.
You mean Wishmaster?
No, she was a genie in the bottle. Baby, come and let her
Oh,
out.
fuck that.
I
It's
like
just personally, I took that as permission to go up and rub her whenever I saw her, because that's how it sounds.
At that time.
Because back then she was hot. Then she was not hot for a really long time, and then she started to look like a good-looking older woman for a while. Now she's not.
What's a bigger disgrace to Robin Williams, the Jumanji movie or Will Smith as the genie?
I think the biggest disgrace of all is when he decided to string himself up.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying.
I was gonna say marriage, but
Which is why it wasn't said. Thanks, Kendo.
There was a really good meme I saw the other day. It had like a picture of Chris Cornell, Robin Williams, and somebody else, and it says, "Just one more, and we can make a set of wind chimes." And,
Oh no!
and like 2 days later, Chad Buttersworth kills himself. It's like, well, the question box can be filled now. They've got 4.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, well, I didn't post it. I just looked at it and laughed.
Oh, that's funny.
I like
It's
this. We've officially hit the point now where celebrity deaths are no longer tragic or heart-wrenching. We are now just laughing at it.
Well, some people it's heart wrenching.
But
Well,
it's become so frequent now that like it's passed into a bad joke. Or
Well,
even
the
a
thing
grape
about
joke.
the thing about that is like last year when everyone was like 2016, stop, you're killing all our celebrities. It's like you don't realize the reason why it seems this way is because there's so many celebrities now.
Mhm.
And during the 60s and the 70s, the celebrity culture started building up to where it's turned into today. And like with social media and everything, that's why the celebrity culture is where it's at. So it's not that a specific year has conspired to kill famous people to piss off and hurt the unwashed, mouth-breathing masses. It's just that there's so goddamn many of them that the laws of probability state that there's going to be quite a few of them dying. And it's going to be looking like it's going to be happening quite frequently now. No, it's
California still stands.
so celebrity death isn't necessarily no longer tragic. I guess it kind of depends on how they die. Like, you know, this guy hanging himself, that's not really tragic. It's like, what an idiot.
Yeah.
You know, Carrie
It's not
Fisher
Right,
Fisher
right.
dying, it's like, oh, this makes us sad, but she did lead a life of excess that could have like brought this on eventually.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Plus,
I mean-
they're famous people. Fuck them. Isn't there like a saying that says like kill the rich and famous or something?
I don't know.
Either way, anarchy.
Woohoo.
And yet we lost Phil Hartman.
Yeah, there was another death they talked about. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was the Night of the
Talking
Living
about
Dead.
George Romero,
George Romero.
Yeah.
We just lost
not to be
him.
confused with Caesar Romero.
Oh, that's good, Batman.
That was a terrible Caesar Romero impression.
Yeah, I really wasn't trying.
You got to have the mustache with the
Clearly.
makeup painted over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
what
Godfather of
gives you
Zombies is dead.
that gives you the gravitas.
Yes. Just them having that, well, that is a very thick mustache. I don't think I could ever grow something like that if I tried.
Yeah, that's what she said.
I had to give his mustache special mention. I wrote my review of the Batman movie back in the day.
Martin Landau, I think, died too in the last week.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
It's
that
all
was
been-
the other death that we mentioned.
yeah, it's all been overshadowed by Chad Buttersfield.
Sadly.
Oh, okay. Butterball.
Yeah,
Charlie
So-
Bucket.
Charles Butterball in swinging for the fence or swinging from the fences.
That's a
right.
polo swing.
Yeah, we probably should move on.
All right. Yeah, you're getting as obsessed about that as I am Wonder Woman and her lack of delts. So
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not going to talk about it for the next month.
I'm not either. At least not on
Good.
this show. We'll talk
Well,
about
speaking
it
of
off
Wonder
air.
Let's talk about wondrous women. The 13th Doctor has been announced. It's some lady named Jodie something or another. And yes, you heard that right. The new Doctor from Doctor Who is going to be a trendsetter. It's a woman.
And I still don't care.
Hold for applause.
I didn't see that one coming a mile away.
They've been bitch. Okay, dude. All right, I'm a fan of Doctor Who. I'm going to give this a try and probably laugh hysterically at the first episode and be like, I'm done. But when I was a kid, I would catch like the old ones on like public, access TV or whatever. It's like PBS.
Yeah.
And I saw the movie a really long time ago, the made-for-TV movie. And then I didn't watch it anymore because it was never really on here until like they were a good couple seasons into the new, like the rebooted version. And then they started putting it on BBC America.
America.
So I got into it. I think it was like the fifth. It was like right after Matt Smith took over. And so,
Well, that was
Before-
years later. That was like 5 or 6 years later.
yeah, it was like 2010-ish. And so, you messed up my train of thought. Anyway, so they had Chris Eccleston. He was good. He only was there for a year. They had David Tennant. Great. I think he
Yep.
was there for like 3 or 4.
At least.
And then they got Matt Smith, who was all right. I don't hate him. I didn't think he was as good as the
He's
previous
overrated.
two. He's overrated. Yeah, everyone loves Matt Smith.
I like
but-
David Tennant. I think
That's
the
why I was
problem.
glad that fucking what's her face and her man died.
What? How can you hate on Amelia Pond?
I just do.
She's an attractive girl. She's got red hair, which is always nice,
And she's tall.
she's Scottish. Well, the tall thing that actually takes points off in my book.
Oh,
But
Okay,
sorry.
see my point proven.
no, your point hasn't been proven.
You got something against
I
tall
never made
Scottish
one to
women?
begin with, but still.
I think you were just mad because you're like, how come there's no girlfriend I can chase around the cosmos? Oh, I'm so sad about myself. Go get a rope, Chester.
There's a world outside the Earth.
Yes, that's where Star Wars was filmed. So anyway.
Well, we don't have Star Wars where I came from. All we have are damn burros, all right? Understand that.
Well, you know what? Go make us
learn how to fly them into space yet.
Go be a good boy and go make us some churros while the grown-ups talk.
You two are like two siblings separated by birth.
Yeah, and borders. He knows I'm just giving him shit.
Of course, it's all good. But,
him and I were giving each other crap. We were giving each other trouble in the comment section before we ever even were talking on this thing. And it was fun. I
forgot about all that.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
Oh,
usually we'd usually just gang up on somebody.
Because you know what it was?
Fun.
Pretty much. I just love shit posting.
It's great.
So did you guys run off Not Your Clitoris Challenge?
No, we were allied to that guy.
No.
I want to know what happened to him. Like, now I'm like kind of concerned. I'm like, wait, who was that guy?
Well, you're assuming it was a guy. Maybe it was a woman.
Yeah, maybe it was actually Dustin.
Nice Spider-Man reference.
They thought that Augs for president was Dustin for the longest time in disguise. Maybe it turned out to be a red herring, and Not Your Father's Clitoris Challenge was Dustin in disguise the whole time.
So now there's two people missing.
It was all Dyke Zuckerberg.
Yeah, bunch of cucking bastards. Anyway,
the search was cucking.
Back to the Doctor Who thing. So when Matt Smith was going to leave, all this stuff started with, they got to find a woman. They need to find a black person. They need to find this. They need to find this. And like, it was all, and then they came out and like, we picked Peter Capaldi, and everyone's like, oh, he's too old. I thought Peter Capaldi was pretty good. I think I think he's been really good. I just think that the stories and the writing that's been done for his character have been crap, and he's been overshadowed by the beautiful, lovely Jenna Coleman as his companion. So there's that.
And she's
short.
Then
like,
female empowerment.
She's got dark hair and dark eyes.
Oh gosh, she's cute. Like,
it's the shit that I would do to get her. But no, she's going out that fucking douchebag Rob Stark. I was glad that he got Red Wedding, if for no other reason than my jealousy of him going out with a woman that I will never meet.
Because that's mature.
Yeah, well, I think I've displayed many times that maturity is not something I'm on.
Well, yep.
I've just made jokes about a guy killing himself for the better part of the last half hour or so.
Because that was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. Anyway,
get us 6 subscribers. Hopefully.
So anyway, before the uproar and the furor could even get back built up about the new Doctor and it needs to be a woman, they announced a woman. We will see how this goes. I have predictions on how this will go, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Moffat's not going to be the writer anymore, so it's a whole new team. So, I mean, Moffat, I think, was good for the first few seasons with Matt Smith, but it did get really thin. We've had too much of the Weeping Angels, and it's like, can we get on to some other things? But, I'm a Doctor Who fan. I'm not a fanatic, but I'm fine with it if it makes sense within the storyline. But if they're just doing it to pander to half a dozen cucks on the internet,
well, that's what's happening now.
It's going to fall. It's going to be horrible.
It's going to go down like a John Denver piloted airplane.
But I'd rather she be ginger.
I'd be okay with that because I like gingers.
Yeah.
Well,
not
girls,
ginger.
dudes, no. Girls, they're all right.
So, but honestly, though, the whole I'm surprised that they didn't do this sooner, considering like how drastic of a change that the show really took after Capaldi took over, became the Doctor.
During Capaldi's run, didn't they do didn't the Master come back as Misty or Missy or?
Yeah, and that was a really good story.
Yeah,
like for the majority
the whole time.
Yeah, for the majority of the majority of Capaldi's stories weren't all that great, but the stuff involving the Master and it's Misty or Missy and it's the chick Master, that was actually pretty compelling stuff because the personality was different.
Yeah.
When he was the guy Master, he was kind of a dick. and revenge was his thing. But then when he became like the girl master, he didn't really. His like main, like unless I watched it wrong, his main objective wasn't to fucking try to destroy the Doctor. It was her thing was, you know, we've been on the wrong foot the whole time. We're the last of our kind. We should be working together. Type. We should be friendly or something. Unless I missed something.
No, you're on the point, because there was the whole build was at the end that she basically brought back the Cybermen just for him, so that like. I guess that, I don't know, I think it was something like about starting an army or something, and basically it came to this whole morality issue where Capaldi was debating what he should do at that point. You know, he had a few good episodes. I mean, I remember when he, like that first year when he started doing it, he had a few good episodes that I really enjoyed, like that take on the Orient Express one that they did. I really enjoyed that one.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the Dalek, which... that ending was kind of crazy, and I just that line where he's like, "You are a good Dalek," and I was like, "Holy shit! What does he mean by that?"
He's growing as a character.
Well, yeah, and then it's like, as soon as that season like hit its, you know, we got to the finale of that season, then this new season started, and it was just like something about that show didn't feel right to me anymore, and slowly I just grew out of watching the show, and it wasn't because of Capaldi; it was more of like the stuff happening around his character. I remember like recently I was subscribed to another channel, and they were talking about an episode they did recently where they were doing a take about how the pyramids were started by an alien race that wants to enslave humanity, but can only do so if humanity allows them to, and how the Doctor was essentially the equivalent of a racist for wanting them gone and killed. Like completely going against what his pacifist nature. So it was like this whole like it was some weird thing like where they were trying to make a statement about refugees and the borders and everything, and I was like, well, no shit, this series went to hell because of shit like this.
Yeah.
So
the thing that I would say, I wouldn't necessarily say concerns me, but is something I'm figuring is probably going to happen, is every time the Doctor regenerates, there's a personality change, because obviously it's a new person.
Yeah, sometimes it's slight, but yeah, I would say.
Yeah, so like I've watched Doctor Who various of all the different ones, so I kind of have a gist of like how they all were and like the big changes that happened. Like when Chris Eccleston numbered the Ninth Doctor, he was very serious, very dark, could be kind of a funny guy, but usually was very just drab. Then he switches to David Tennant, who's he could be serious, but for the most part, he's fun-loving and, like, happy-go-lucky. But then you get Matt Smith, who is a variation, and he's like, childish happy-go-lucky, naivety to an extent. Then you go to Peter Capaldi, which switches back to the darker, more serious, but still can be kind of fun. Either way, they all switch. But here's where I'm worried, or what I think is going to happen. Now that it's going to be a female Doctor, and we're in the SJW culture, is she going to be like an overpowered, like super, like powerful, like stoically strong female?
Well, I actually share your concern, because from what, I mean, I haven't really watched the last couple, I don't even know how many seasons have passed since I stopped watching, but apparently this companion he has is basically one giant checklist. Black lesbian chick that apparently like has somewhat borders on being a Mary Sue at times, knowing things that she never had exposure to. Again, I'm only going by what other people have been saying. Like, I really haven't been watching, so I really can only really go by that. I know that's not much, but, you know, it sounds like basically something that what I would have expected the show to go along, because it just seems like there was a point where even Lara, like when they were, her character even at times kind of seemed to be dominating the Doctor.
Yeah.
So it was like something that was slowly creeping its way in.
Well,
but I just never really got to know if that was the case or not, because I never really watched anything after that. Like, it really put me off.
Well, I mean, I can give you a little bit more into that on the Claire thing, because usually the companion is most of the times like the polar opposite of the Doctor's personality, and that's why they work so well. Because let's just go back to the Ninth Doctor, because that's the current run. That's the one most people are going to be familiar with. Rose was like the opposite. Chris Eccleston was like dark, depressing, serious. Rose was not. Then she gets paired up with David Tennant, and they have similar personalities. She leaves, and then his next person that comes in is a serious person. He leaves, she leaves at the same time, and then Matt Smith, like the 11th Doctor, childish, whatever. Amy Pond is like, and Rory are like grown up, like serious acting people. When the Peter couple, like Clara, she's sort of the similar but opposite. But the thing is, they had planted seeds on the Clara thing where she has existed over the course of the series for multiple times. So the reason why she was as in tune and is like, I guess, as powered up as she was by the time her run was over is because like she was apparently like the reincarnation of a character that had been like getting involved in the Doctor's life over the course of like many, many adventures and times. So she was kind of like River Song, but not his wife or whatever.
Yeah, that was a character I really enjoyed.
Who is also apparently the daughter of Amy and Rory. Mind blown for anybody that has not watched the new series runs.
I hated that.
I was okay with it because they didn't do it. I thought they did it in a way that wasn't completely stupid.
All right, I'll give you that.
It wasn't like they walked out and said, "Here's our daughter River Song," like how Kurt Angle's new son is Jason Jordan.
By the way, you gotta love the internet, man. Remember that one clip from Family Guy when Peter did the show
My Black Son?
People like almost immediately people edited that. You got to check it out. Kurt Angle, My Black Son. It's hilarious.
Wikipedia, the Kurt Angle Wikipedia page got shut down to where you couldn't edit it. After about 6 hours, the people constantly going on there editing, changing the number of children he had, changing the fact that Jason Jordan was now his biracial son. It was to the point where like you were seeing all these like screenshots and stuff, and eventually you went and you clicked on the little edit thing, and it's like this page has been protected against vandalism.
Wow. God, I wish I had seen.
So, anyway, that's gonna be the new Doctor. My worry is she's gonna be like the all-powerful, strong female. And she's going to get some companion. It's a total like cuck white cis male.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, that's the thing. We'll see if it's just if it's a real change because before River Song changed into the incarnation that Amy recognized, she was a black teenager. So there's already some precedent of racial change as well as gender change. So we'll see if it's just part of a story, changing over time, or it's just pandering.
Well, my money's on pandering.
Yeah, I hope not. I want to be 100% wrong on that.
It's always pandering.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say one other thing. I put in the comments of the video about this, but they did a parody. This is like long ago, way before they even did the Ninth Doctor. Rowan Atkinson was in it, where it was basically the Doctor and his companion were constantly getting trapped by the Master in this one location, and it was like them having a game of chess where he's like, I anticipated you would do this move, that's why I went back in time to this time period to like do this, and then the Master would be like, well, I anticipated you going back in time. And it was like a back and forth between the two, and they ended up dying. I think the Master died, came back, regenerated with like the Daleks, the little like balls they have around their design, the little orb, whatever.
Yes, like, I've got a photo on Facebook of me with one.
Daleks are awesome. But then like he came back and like after teaming up with the Daleks, and the Daleks enhanced them, and he put like the orbs on his chest, 2 of them to be exact, on his chest. And it's like, stop laughing at me. I do not have breasts kind of thing. But the thing was that how it ended was that the Doctor eventually dies, right? And it's like the Master is like, I'm depressed. I lost my opponent. And the Daleks is like, he was a great opponent and everything. Like, and his companion, this girl, was like mourning his death. And he's like, oh, I love them and everything. And he regenerates into a woman. And he's like, oh, something feels different. And she's like, oh, I never remember not having that before, like, looking down her pants and stuff. But the funniest thing, right, there's 2 things that are hilarious. You got to see this, is where she gets the sonic screwdriver and she's like, oh, what does this do? and it starts vibrating.
Uh,
Yeah, that sounds like I think is that perhaps the Secret Policeman's Ball years ago?
I have no
Rowan
But
Atkinson.
the other thing that happens is that the master then looks at her and he's like, so, like, they start flirting with each other, and she's like, you're not that bad looking yourself. And the master's like, I'll show you why they call me the master.
just keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
Anything involving, I don't know, anything involving Rowan Atkinson's golden though. So
It's worth a watch. So.
Can you bastards say anything about Rowan Atkinson negatively? I will cut you.
Oh,
Hey,
I love
like
Rowan
Johnny
Atkinson.
English.
He is
I
great.
love Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean was great. The Thin Blue Line was funny while it was on. Blackadder, great.
Blackadder's great.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before. But
Anyway, 13th Doctor leads us into one of the topics they had, and the other topic they had in the news, or we're talking about the female action. What's that say? Heroes something.
Leeds.
I can't read my leads.
see,
I
now I
wrote
know
that
what
at
it's
like 2
not
o'clock.
learning to read.
I also wrote that at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that video was up very mad early in the morning.
Hey, I stay up all hours, man. It's hard fighting crime during the day. So, female action leads. Guys, thoughts, female action leads. You talk about that. I'm going to go get a refill because Joe Boo needs a refill. And
Yeah.
discuss.
All right, everybody talk at once. Well, Augs and Frank haven't talked much.
Well, you've been talking about shit I don't care about, so.
I don't really know anything about Doctor Who
Yeah.
at all.
I mean, it could be anything about any female action lead, really, I guess.
Well, I can't.
I just-
What did they say in the show about it? That's because I actually saw a couple other videos because some people are complaining about, they're all saying how the Supergirl show they've got an action lead, female lead, and Wonder Woman, although she's not really the star or the hero of her own movie.
I haven't seen that, so I really can't comment on that one.
I can. Chris Pine carries it.
I'll
All
just
right,
say,
well, I'll take your word for it on that one.
Toby.
I'll just say what Jeff always says. He always says about, I don't believe a 110-pound woman kicking like these buff dudes' asses and carrying these machine guns and stuff. You gotta make it realistic. That's what I hate. I don't mind a female action hero, but don't make her superior to men.
Well, I mean, other than someone like Wonder Woman's supposed to be incredibly strong. That because thanks for reminding me what they were talking about. That was part of it. And the other side that I'm seeing is people saying, "Well, we haven't had a female." I'm getting tired of hey, we finally broke the glass ceiling. It's like every couple of years when there's a female lead or star in some of these, they keep forgetting. We can go. I even made a comment on one of the other videos about it's been going on for 40 years. Get over yourself, and it's actually at least that long. So 40 years ago, Star Wars comes out, and Carrie Fisher is one of the leads in that movie. Now, the lead I think is it's about Luke Skywalker, but
Yeah.
and 2 years later you have Ripley in Alien. We do get Sarah Connor, especially in the second movie. There aren't a lot of them. I will admit there aren't a whole lot of female action lead, unless you want to say, well, the female's the main star. Well, then we get things like Cutthroat Island, which was horrific. Gina Davis. Now, that wasn't her fault. It was a horribly written. That's the one that's the biggest box office bomb of all time still. Especially
I thought that was Pluto Nash.
I think the reason why you have so
Forgot that
many
existed.
female action leads is because action is not a genre for females. It is, something like Die Hard. I like John McClane because he's a badass dude, and I want to be like that. Whatever.
Pretty much.
Female should star in movies like chick flicks, dumb comedies, maybe a police movie like Hot Pursuit that's retarded, but girls will go see it. That's what a female, and I'm not trying to be just like sexist, it's just how it is. Usually in a situation like Die Hard, it's going to be a man who, is killing 13 terrorists. Not a girl.
If I might chime in, going back to Ripley, I would argue she wasn't an action movie hero because Alien was a horror movie. And
Yeah.
she was fitting into what I consider to be an extremely tired trope of the lone female survivor in horror movies. I am so fucking tired of that shit. Like, when they first started doing that with, like, Halloween, Elm Street, it was new, and it was an interesting spin, but then it just became the norm. And, like, anytime I'm watching a horror movie with somebody, I'm like, all right, which one's going to be the lone female survivor? And sure enough, every time, like, even in the Evil Dead remake, lone female survivor.
I agree. I think it worked back then because there was just something about, the fact that 80s horror movies were all fun. They were usually about, you had nudity, you had sex, you had a female lead because, I don't know, they could be a scream queen or whatever. It wasn't really about, oh, let's make this female character just, like, badass, or let's try to make her, like, let's try to make a statement to women, or, like, some kind of feminist propaganda. It was just like, hey, it's scarier than because I'll just be honest, a woman is more vulnerable in that type of situation if, it just, I don't know. It worked better back then, but when they try to do something like The Purge 3 with that senator lady, I don't know how many of you have seen that, where they try to just make her this badass character, just try to make her like this thing that SJW type people would look up to. That's what pisses me off. Because it's not realistic. She should have died.
I didn't even know about The Purge 3, to be honest.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even know about Purge 3. Like, I'm just like...
I saw it in the theater. I hated it.
Damn, I've only watched one, like, almost to the end, and then I just kind of, like, stopped caring. So, 2 I ignored, and then I'm almost like, how come I don't remember 3?
I ignored 2. I saw 3 just because I just wanted to go to the theater. And it sucked. There was one character I liked, and I don't even remember his name. I think it was Joe. And he died. They just killed him off in the most unnecessary way. And
was that the death of the? Wait. No. Now it's starting to come back to me now. Wait. Yeah. I remember now. It was a trailer.
Forgettable. It was election year. It was like based off of like America. Or like they all wore like 4th of July stuff or American flag things. I don't know.
Yeah. Now it's coming back to me all of a sudden. Damn.
Here's why I don't like those movies at all. They aren't really movies. They're just kind of like ideas. And they're ideas that aren't really even perfected. So each time you're just watching an unperfected idea. You don't really have characters. You don't really have a story. You're just watching the same thing over and over again, and now we're getting a 4th one, and it just...
God damn.
Something like Friday the 13th works, where you could do the same movie over and over again, because like I said, back then they were fun. Seeing Jason kill a bunch of naked girls at camp is fun. This bullshit is...
That's funny.
But he's not wrong.
Well,
to kind of
lying.
if you're a female, it's like, they're killing the chick again. Oh, whoopee. But again, it's the target audience of some of these movies, right? There's a reason why when they have a rom-com, most of the audience is female, and I know there are people, like someone like Anita will say it's a artificial construction or a social construct or any of this other nonsense, but there is a biological difference. I know it was on Time magazine several years ago, so it has to be true. There's a biological difference between men and women. Surprise! So
you had to read a magazine to learn that.
No, but people were saying for a long time that such a night. Oh, there's no difference between you can be whatever. Yeah, there are certain aspects of that are true, and there are certain aspects of that are not true. You can have a woman who's just as smart as a man. A trained woman can be as strong as an untrained man, but not a trained man. There's certain aspects but a man isn't going to have a child. A woman has more lower body strength. There's certain.
I could differ. Arnold Schwarzenegger had a child in Junior.
Well, there's that. But that was implanted, wasn't it? But without weird medical intervention, as it were. But
basically people playing God.
yeah, and I think these differences, instead of being seen as bad, I think they need to be celebrated. People have different skills, they have different gifts, they have different things to contribute, and that's where the diversity should be aimed at, not at, oh, wait a minute, this role's been held by a white male for 40 years, it's time to make him a woman. And like I said, if they do this right, I think it'll be good. I know we're back to Doctor Who, but this stuff, like Anita Sarkeesian is not happy about anything, and she's pissed off that this is not a transgendered black woman. Well, she's also not going to be happy if we have an action. We're getting ready for a reboot of Tomb Raider, and it's a white woman. She's not built like the game character. She's a bit flatter. Kind of that seems to be the trend. But I'm sure Anita will be upset that it's a white woman. She's not this. She's not that.
You're making an adaptation of something. You have to make it accurate. I don't understand why it's, let's try to adapt it into the modern world. No, you're not adapting the modern world. You're adapting the world that this character came from or where this story came from.
Yeah.
The problem here is this whole and this is one of the things that, not to dab too much about my personal life, but I was dealing with this at work. It's this whole nonsense that, especially nowadays, you have all these terms thrown around, and people don't seem to understand what it is that they're talking about. All I ever hear from people nowadays, especially when it was related to Spider-Man, was Homecoming. It was how the movie was diverse, how it was inclusive, or how it was forced diversity. It's this terminology people don't seem to understand. Diversity doesn't necessarily mean skin color, appearance, whether or not you were born biologically male or female and decided one day to cut your giblets off, whatever. It's this whole thing where people have this notion that, okay, we changed something, we got to change something else. We got to be fair to everybody because everybody has to have equal levels of representation, not realizing that that's not, if you give everybody equal levels, let's say in the movie, right? You give everybody equal levels of representation, then you're basically having to write a story around everything, about every character. You're never going to get a point across. You're never going to get anywhere. You're going to focus so much on hey, the black character is not getting enough screen time, so we got to force him into a scene now and make sure there's something that revolves around him. Or the white character, bad example because they treat white people like shit nowadays in most.
Unless you're a woman.
Unless you're a woman, thank you. Oh, the white female. She's got to look strong, and it's you're not really helping anything. You're just kind of dumbing things down. You're watering things down for people, and people eat this shit up because for them it's not so much the whole message of the agenda, about this inclusivity or anything like that. It's more about just feeling like they're a part of something. I think that's the other problem with this as well. It's people want to feel like they're part of something bigger. You don't necessarily need to feel that way about something. For example, I watched Spider-Man. I don't feel like I'm part of anything bigger because it was just really a movie at the end of the day. It wasn't really this big event that, let's go back to the original Raimi trilogy when it was a fucking huge event. And I love the movie so much, I actually wanted my mom to get me an actual figure that came with a comic. And I was into I had Spider-Man fever, some newspapers dubbed it for a while. And I know people who, because of the movies, ended up reading the comics later and shit like that. But nowadays it's this whole bandwagoning thing that's going on with people. And
that's definitely part of it. And the other, we didn't have 7,500 superhero movies every year like we're getting now. We're getting all this stuff kind of keep crammed down our throats until we can't take anymore. So it was easier for a movie to be an event. Now it's more of it's like an expectation now. Oh, it looks.
They cured Spider-Man fever. Spider-Man fever was cured with the Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That fixed that.
Oh, thank you for reminding me that exists.
Yeah.
Oh. And it's only gonna. Unless something really changes, in the next couple years,
it won't.
It's just gonna get worse because I cannot tell you how many times I've heard the people say to me, well, you can't judge it if you haven't seen it. And I'm like, well, I don't have to watch every fucking movie out there. All right, I don't get paid money like that. So I have responsibilities. I have things to do. So if I don't want to go watch a movie, for X reason, maybe I wasn't sold on the trailer, maybe I heard the movie was total complete ass, or whatever the case may be, then I don't have to go see the movie. That's also a very ignorant thing people like to toss out nowadays. For example, I'm not supposed to play review either. I don't review movies for a channel. Well, I may occasionally throw out an opinion on it, but obviously since we're on channel now. But it's this whole notion where everybody kind of wants to have this say on something. And again, it's this whole bandwagoning effect as well. Like I don't want to bring it back to anything particular, but like people have to feel like they're a part of something, despite the fact that most people really either don't give a shit or really don't even know what it is that they're trying to be a part of in the first place.
I don't see what else other people expect. I'll just use Spider-Man as an example.
Go ahead.
If people, okay, they're making Spider-Man as they're adapting Spider-Man from comics, and let's just take Flash Thompson. Flash Thompson has always been a jock. He's been white. He's been muscular. If there's no excuse for them taking that and making him some Indian guy who, out of all people, should be the nerd and not Peter, because that dude looked like a fucking fag. And
he's not wrong either.
Tom Holland or the Indian or
the Indian dude?
Okay. Oh.
Well,
Flash.
kind of both, but no. I don't see how. Okay, let's say that there's some Indian fag out there who's gonna watch this Spider-Man Homecoming movie. Are you really gonna be pissed off that Flash fucking Thompson wasn't, didn't look exactly like you, wasn't the same race as you, wasn't the same gender as you? Look, Jeff, Dion's black. Jeff is half black. Together they are 150% black. Okay, and they both.
That's a lot of black, son.
They both love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's a white kid. They both love Spider-Man, despite the fact that they're both black.
And they hate Miles Morales.
Yes, exactly. So,
Right.
I think that's your total point. And going back to Doctor Who, something that I know jack shit about. From what I heard on the episode, 81, apparently women are going against the female Doctor Who. And the men, or the people creating, are going, oh, all these women are like, oh, no, I love it. And blah, blah, blah. But in reality, the people that they're marketing to hate it. They despise it.
There's a reason for that, and me and Liquid Metal Pro are going to play a little game of I ask question, he gives me answer, and this will explain why the women hate it. Mr. Liquid Metal Pro.
Yes.
Was Chris Eccleston a handsome man? Just say yes or no.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to sound.
All right,
gay.
never mind. Never mind.
No,
Okay, so Chris
fine. He was
Eccleston.
all right. He was somewhat handsome.
Okay, David Tennant. Was David Tennant a really good-looking, sexy guy?
You had to say sexy.
I know was.
Okay, was Matt Smith pretty boyishly good-looking?
If I was gay, I'd probably bend him over.
You are gay. Give in to your vibes.
Yes. Channel your fucking Dustin McNeese here. So,
wait, then that means I have to be even more racist than usual.
is Peter Capaldi a pretty handsome older guy?
You know what? He
No.
probably was a looker when he was younger, so yeah.
So there you go. So there's the reason why women are against it, because the Doctor, not completely historically, but recently has been a pretty good-looking dude. And so a lot of times they're watching it because they're fantasizing or thinking about how hot the Doctor is and how they want to jump his bones. Now they can't.
And he's smart.
Whoa, I just thought of that. You know how, we all hate about how they show dicks in movies, right?
I don't hate it. I would rather not
I
see
hate
it.
But, the show hates it, but we want to see naked tits, right? That's because we're guys. Girls girls don't want to see a naked rack, but we do. So
Yeah,
we don't
girls
want to see a dick. It's the same
You know what's
thing with
funny
girls.
now that you mentioned that?
Girls want to see the female. They don't want to see some big old bean bags going around underneath their chest. They want to see some sausage.
That is
Not always.
Yeah, women
Like-
don't want to see that either, pretty much.
Women don't want to see cocks flopping around either, because dicks aren't really all that nice looking, and women's
Yeah, I
They're-
don't get the taste.
their attraction isn't necessarily built upon like
Women
being
have
able to see things. Like guys, we're visual. We like to see it all. Women, they're more like in the head type of attractive stuff. You'll learn as you get older.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So like, that's why when like guys think it's a good idea to like whip it out and just show their junk off to women, and it always backfires. There's a reason for that. Girls typically don't like it when you just walk up, whip your cock out, and be like, "Hey, you want to go for a ride on this?" Good 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get slapped, and then you're gonna get put on one of them lists where you have to tell people you're moving into the neighborhood. And if you do, whip out the old, trouser snake, and the girl goes for it, there's a good chance that's not the type of girl you want to get involved with anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and that's how we have so many brown people nowadays.
The more
Well,
you know.
Do you mean like just going up to a Costco and going up to a random girl, and just whipping it out, or
Don't do that.
somebody that you know for like 4 years or so?
It's probably still not going to work out, because if you've known her for 4 years and you've got nowhere, it's called the friend zone, and that's where you've been placed. There's no breaking out of the friend zone. It does not happen.
Well, I
Just remember that at some point she needs you to save her life, and just remember what you need to do at that moment.
Yeah. Don't answer the phone, because it's not going to lead to anything.
Yep.
Well, maybe not for you, but for her, she's going to be getting about, I don't know, maybe anywhere from 1 to 3 to multiple insertions.
No, what'll happen is she'll be like, "Oh my God, I really need your help. Please help me." And you'll go over there and help her. Be like, "All right, this is how I get my in." And then you're going to help her out and everything. And then afterwards, you'll be like, "So, what are you doing later?" And she's like, "My boyfriend's coming over and he's going to fuck the shit out of me." And you're like, "Oh, okay." That's how.
We're back to Legend of Zelda again.
That's how the real world works.
We need more tits in movies.
Within like 10 seconds, women already know if they're ever going to bang you or not. And if you get categorized as no, it's really hard to get that classification changed.
Yeah.
Well, I get it.
Pretty much. That's why you got to get them drunk first.
Oh, jeez. Calm down, Bill.
Well, I did it because I could.
He gave him the jello puddings.
You see? No, I'm not
The
gonna-
thing about the girls is you got to get them drunk and put the stuff in their stuff, and then they
Wait, you
fall
talking about
asleep.
Cosby? I was talking about Clinton.
Oh boy.
Talking about the Bill Cosby.
Well, they're
You
both rapists, so
You
it
put the
doesn't matter.
spike. You put the spike in their drink, and then you get the woo.
Floating bombs.
Oh shit.
What a great fucking episode this is gonna be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, we're going downhill so fast we can't even slow down.
No mod. Yeah, this rape train has no brakes, man.
Can we go on to some other topic?
Sure, the disaster artist.
Yay.
Yes, indeed. Yay. Holy shit. Side note, do you know Ferris Bueller's friend, the neurotic asshole kid in the Red Wings jersey?
Yep.
Yes.
Cameron?
He's in Young Guns too.
Yep.
I know. I've got it on in the background. I've seen that movie a bunch of times, and I think this is the first time I've ever noticed that he's in this movie. Anyway, the disaster artist. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
He was in Star Trek Generations.
Yeah, I don't care about that. But yeah, it should be good. It literally as soon as the book came out, James Franco was all over it about how he wanted to make a movie about it. So I think it'll be all right because it's a movie. It's pretty much the film adaptation of the Disaster Artist book, which was awesome. And if you're a fan of The Room, you need to read that.
I will get a copy as soon as I have a job again. I have disposable income.
It's only been out for like 5 years.
Well, I have other shit to do.
And he's
It's like
downsizing.
How to read.
It's like a $10 book.
All right.
$10.
$10.
And it's a real good read, especially if you've watched The Room and you're like reading it in Greg Sestero's voice in your head. And
All right,
just
LeVar Burton, I'll get the damn book.
take a look. It's in the book.
I see a rainbow.
If I could find my copy, I would be willing to mail it to you. But you better give it back because it's a first print day of release.
Oh, gee, I might have to keep it for a while just for study.
Yeah, well, that offer's just been withdrawn, so. Just go to a used bookstore. I'm sure they've got one for like $5. You'll be all right.
I'll see what I can do.
All right.
Just tell pre-wife that's one less lobster dinner you have this week.
Yeah, we have so much lobster.
Yeah.
Be like, we're having Velveeta and hot dogs because I want this book.
Sorry, pre-wife. We're sleeping outside for a couple of
Velveeta, that's kind of expensive. Hey, keep it running for a while. Since I'm here alone, I got to get the dogs out. So just keep rolling.
Who let the dogs out? Cuck muffin.
That's not going away anytime soon.
That's what you said 45 minutes ago or more. We've been.
Yeah, well,
No, I didn't say that. I think someone else did.
Oh,
I did.
no. Yeah,
Frank
Frank
did.
said that.
yeah.
Quit stealing my material, you jerk.
Yeah. All right, I'll keep it going. I got this. I'm a raconteur
I'm
and shit.
Bryon, and stealing isn't my nature.
He lies. He cheats. He steals. Viva la raza!
Oh my god, my lowrider!
Fucking Eddie
All my
Guerrero.
friends. All right, keep going.
We are. Calm down. Just because you're the oldest one doesn't mean you get to boss us around.
Yeah, jeez.
Fucking hell, man. Comic-Con. Unless anybody's got anything else about the Disaster Artist, it's going to be epically awesome. If you ever get a chance to see the room in theaters with Tommy Wiseau being there, it's really good. Especially when he's got Greg Sestero, because people will ask questions that Tommy clearly doesn't want to answer, and so he makes Greg answer them. Oh, hi, Mark. Comic-Con.
Hi, Benny.
Any of you guys? Oh God, that guy was so fucked up. Like, we could have like a 4-hour fucking room like discussion easily. Just
You're on, dude.
Denny is clearly retarded, and there's something not firing with that kid. It's just like that scene where like Tommy, Johnny, and Lisa are in the bed. And then, like, fucking Denny comes running and just jumps in the bed like he's like a 3-year-old, but this is like a
who
grown
fucking
man.
does that?
It's like, dude, what the fuck, man? He's like 20-something years old. He's
Where's
not
the
like
crowd, Danny?
I was gonna
he's
say,
not like he's not a 3-year-old child. It's funny and endearing when a little kid does it. It's creepy and fucked up when the neighbor kid does it.
he
Well,
wanted a piece of Lisa.
Fun
Yeah,
fact. Lisa, the girl that played Lisa, her first day on set filming, they made her do the sex scene with Tommy Wiseau.
of course.
It's like, hi, I'm Tommy Wiseau. Welcome to your first day. We're going to have sex.
And by sex, that means he's going to thrust into our belly button.
Yeah, he's going to thrust the hell out of that belly button, and we're going to get to see a lot of ass shots of Tommy Wiseau, which
Yeah, I could have done
Yeah.
without that.
that was you didn't really need any of that, but we got it. Yeah.
It's not
They
going
made a
away.
Flash game.
But yeah, no, like we could do and the guys too, we could have like a collaborative like 12-hour long podcast that's just talking about the room.
Well, we a giant group drunk commentary.
They've done a drunk commentary on the room before, but I'm sure they'd be willing to do it. No, the first time I ever saw the room, I've got some friends or part of my soccer hooligan group. They're telling me about this movie, The Room, that they've watched. This was probably about 6, 7, 8 years ago. And it's like, dude, this movie, The Room, blah, 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 blah. It's like the worst movie ever, but it's so funny. So I went and found a copy of it to watch. Because I'm thinking it's going to be like one of those shitty sci-fi original movies, which you can enjoy those by yourself. And I sit down, I'm like watching The Room. I'm like, this is so fucking horrible. This isn't funny. I turned it off after like a half hour, and I went and I was like, dude, this movie, I tried. This was so terrible. He's like, I tell you what, next weekend, come over, we'll drink and we'll watch it, and I guarantee you'll have a different perspective. That changed it all. When you've got a group of people and you're drinking and watching it, yeah, that's when you can learn to appreciate that fucking movie.
Yep, definitely.
It is definitely a group movie type situation where you could sit there and just like be like, what the? Oh, there's some. Oh, God. Why are they playing football in tuxedos?
No, totally. Like my first experience with the movie was the time that Adult Swim played it on April Fool's Day,
Nice.
and I had never heard of this movie before. And I'm at work that night and I want to watch the cartoons, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I keep I change the channel. I'm like, okay, I do something else. I come back, Okay, is the show back on? No, this stupid movie's still on. Why are there black boxes? Are they having sex? What the hell am I watching? And it wasn't until years, quite a while later, that I became regular on this website called Fat Stupid Garbage, where it's like a live stream peripheral. You can like watch movies and like talk to people in the chat. And these people, like me, they love bad movies. So The Room comes on, and I'm like, oh, now it makes sense. I'm digging this. So now I have that. I've got the Riff Tracks version. But yeah, The Room it's beyond. I can't even describe it. I can't even find the words. It's magical.
Dude, yeah, seeing it in theaters is even better because you've got like a large group of people like fucking yelling shit out at the movie, like he's your best friend and things like that. And then like anytime there's a spoon, oh god, the fucking spoons will rain down in that theater. You just hear clink, 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 like all this fucking plastic cutlery just flying. Yep. And look it up on YouTube. You get a chance. I know The Room with Tommy Wiseau is going to be in St. Louis. I think at the end of August. If my friends are going to go, I'll go. It's not something I have to do again just because I've done it twice. It's fun. But,
Hey, everyone.
huh?
I got to drop out.
Oh, okay.
Sorry to kill the flow of the show.
I think
it's
we'll
all
survive.
right, man.
It's okay.
It's all cool, man.
It's coming out of your allowance.
I'll see you next week.
What?
See you, bud.
Take care, man.
Hey, guys.
Man, I'm glad that kid's gone.
Man, what a tool.
Yeah. Now we can actually talk about stuff and say fuck.
Oh, he's always tagging along, trying to hang out with the big kids.
I wasn't supposed to say fuck this whole time?
Unbelievable. Well, now we can at least enjoy the show.
Finally.
Gee,
I
can't wait to rewind on what you said when I left.
I really hope he's picking up on the sarcasm and he doesn't fucking Linkin Park himself.
God.
So now he'll never be president.
Augs, we're just giving you shit. Anyway, but yeah, The Room should be good.
Keeps on getting.
I honestly think that I need to find my copy somewhere. If not, just buy a new copy on Blu-ray for like $8 and do the drunk commentary with them one day and watch The Room, because it's one of those things that like at least once a year it's always fun to sit down with some people and have like a party thing, because we'll do that like that group of guys like during the off season when nothing's going on. We'll like get together at the one guy's house for what we consider a rock band party, but a lot of times it turns into watching The Room, Birdemic 2. I'm trying to think of something. Mondo Elvis is another good one. You never seen Mondo Elvis? It's like a documentary that was made in the 80s, like a few years after Elvis's death, and it's like talking about the people that are like obsessed with Elvis. There's some very interesting fucking people in and around the Graceland area. So we usually get together and do that. It's a fun time. So you two, have you guys seen The Room? No?
No.
Oh, yeah,
actually.
I did. I've seen it. It's been a while.
All right.
That was one of these I got done. I was like, what in the world did I just watch?
Did you watch it with people, though, that have seen it before?
No.
See, that's like one of those things. It's like going to a whorehouse. You need to have somebody that's been there before and knows how it works to like guide you through the process. So it's like that. You need to be like watching with people that have seen it before that are like, okay, so here's why this is great.
See, that's the reason why I haven't watched it, because it's like because I know it's a bad film, and half the time when I watch a movie, if it's really a bad movie, I'm just gonna not care. Like I'm just gonna like probably do something else at some point.
Well, maybe what we could do one time is if we could work it out to where we each had a copy of it.
Yeah.
We could do a Fancaste commentary on The Room, and not necessarily like the way the guys did it with their drunken commentary. It would be more of a Liquid Metal Pro is a Room virgin, and this is his cherry being popped with The Room, and we're guiding him through the process.
Oh,
That sounds so horrible.
Could be worse. You
Who's
could have
banging?
You could have woke up this morning and found out your favorite singer hung himself.
I think he killed himself because he finally saw those Transformers movies.
You could have woke up this morning and found out Michael Bay was just given like a 20-movie contract to make any movie he wanted, and he decided to start with Back to the Future.
Oh.
Yeah, it's worse. That's terrible. That's something worse that you've heard now, isn't it? Okay.
Thank you for that.
Comic-Con. The last thing I took was Comic-Con off the show. Anybody been to Comic-Con? Anybody want to go to Comic-Con?
I've seen
I'm in New York
videos.
City, so you know I'm going to Comic-Con this year.
I've been to Matsuri Con, but not Comic-Con. I've been to Comic Expo.
Here's the thing that I want to say about Comic-Con, and maybe it's weird that me, of all people, say this, because I only really started going to Comic-Con, I would say, in the last, 4 years. I used to always think it was kind of a nerd thing prior to that, and I wasn't really big into comics like that, or comic movies for a while. But if the one thing that I've come to really despise about Comic-Con is, especially now this year for New York City, how difficult it was to get the ticket process completely changed, and all because of how they got rid of the 3-day and the 4-day passes, and that used to be a great thing before. It was a great way to save money on buying attending on 3 different days, 4 different days.
And now you're echoing. So you're gonna go Comic-Con in New York?
Well, I mean, I live in New York City, so yeah, I'm gonna go to the.
Well, they're all over the place. Yeah, I mean, they're in LA. I think I'm not sure. I know Nick talked about Dragon Con in Atlanta, and I'd go to that if Nick was going to be there.
That sounds awesome, actually.
Sounds kind of creepy. It's like he's trying to get a date with them.
Yeah, I know.
I'll go if he's going to be there. Okay.
Just something about 5'1" Samoans. That's all,
That sounded kind of racist.
5'1".
Well, no, it'd be like because a convention that large, going by myself. I mean, Matsuri Con, my kids go, my wife sometimes goes. I know people there, so it's in Columbus. It's not too far. Going to Atlanta is a long way.
The Room on Blu-ray is $20 on Amazon. Fuck that. I need to find somebody to rip me a copy.
Just type The Room torrent. I'm thinking you'll probably find it. People are whispering in my ears.
I better see somebody cosplay as Tommy Wiseau this year.
It'll happen. I mean, dude, people dress up like Tommy Wiseau when they go to the Room fucking movie screening things.
Somebody better also say I did not hit her.
I did not hit her. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Did you
guys, let me interrupt for a second, guys. Did
you guys talk about the trailer already?
Great story, Mark. What trailer?
The trailer for the movie.
Disaster Artist?
Yeah.
No, we didn't about that. I watched it.
That was hilarious.
I laughed.
Yeah. Oh, he did. He dropped. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dropped.
Good. I'm glad he's gone too. Fuck him. We're gonna have this is turned into a game. It's Survivor, the Fancast. Which one of the three of us is gonna make it?
Well, I'm about to put the gun to my head now, and I guess might as well drop out too. Well, I never wanted to live anyways.
See you later, Chester.
Chester?
Yeah, Butterfield.
Butterballs. Jumping Butterballs.
All the ways.
There goes.
All the ways to go, hanging.
There's a Marx Brothers reference no one will get.
I didn't hear what you said, but I would probably get it because I like the Marx Brothers. I have their movies. I learned about them from my grandparents.
Oh,
you probably first run.
No, not quite. Apparently, he didn't mean to drop. He just sent me a message. Where is it?
Hang on.
So, fuck Comic-Con. I'll let you guys know how it is in October.
All right.
Balls.
Wait a second. Actually, there is something I wanted to talk about Comic-Con.
Floppy balls.
No, not that. Not today. Although, no, I gotta put that out of my mind. Not gay.
Okay, that was odd.
You got to pay the toll. Because if you don't pay the toll, then we don't get the rolls.
Yeah, I was introducing you to pre-wife, and all of a sudden everything went quiet.
Pre-wife.
Yeah, it said you dropped. I guess you hit the wrong button because I didn't drop you.
Either
I
that or
didn't
she's
touch
like,
anything.
I don't want you fucking hanging out with these assholes. Done. Like, you know what, lady? That's probably a good decision.
Uh,
I don't make his decisions for him.
Oh, so he's not completely cucked up yet.
I'm no cuck muffin. That's
Hey.
the magic word for the night.
Apparently, it's oh, you can almost make him. Oh, great! Now I got the song stuck in my head. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Whatever.
But at least I know the
Oh,
song's
yeah.
about smoking, joints. It's not about magical dragons.
You talk about cucking in the boys' room?
No. Puff the magic cucking.
Oh, shit.
Cuck the magic cucking.
All right.
Cucks by the sea.
Do we have a topic, or are we just now so distracted that we don't know what to?
Well, actually, I wanted to ask Kendo something.
Yo! What up?
Speaking of Comic-Con and related, somewhat wrestling-related news,
Yeah.
did you hear about what they're doing now with the, I guess I'll still call them divas, the divas, quote-unquote dolls now?
No.
So apparently, since you know it's Mattel who does the current WWE figure action figure line, they're basically coming. I don't know if they've done this before, but as far as I'm aware, this is the first time I hear of it. They're doing a thing where now they have the female wrestlers as Barbie dolls.
What?
No.
That's bullshit.
I'm not making this shit up. It's legit.
I believe you, but it's still bullshit.
Yeah. He's not
I
saying
mean-
bullshit, the story's bullshit. He's saying bullshit is in that's fucking bullshit.
Pretty
It's
much. Yeah. I agree.
bullshit.
Why
So
make
you-
why make wrestlers an image of breakability? Barbie dolls break.
Yeah, no, I destroyed many in my lifetime.
I don't want to know what you did.
Why? And first of all, wait, why?
Because they were my sisters and it was funny.
Okay, I was kind of scared for a second. I thought you was like playing with them and then they broke.
No, I'm not a cuck. Like, a cuck muffin.
Okay, I have to admit this.
He's going to just delete this episode. He's going to be like, fuck this, we're not doing Fancast no more. You guys suck. Fuck you, Kendo. You're an asshole. We're done. Fuck this. Or I'm going to get, like, left out of the chat. Like, there's going to be, like, a new email chain, and I won't be on it. I'm like, dude, we can't, are we recording this week? He's like, oh, man, we can't do it this week. Sorry. And it's, like, going to be, like, 5 weeks later. Be like, dude, what's the deal, man? When are we going to Fancast again?
Yeah.
It's like, I'll let you know. And then, like, all of a sudden, I'll just get these notifications that this Fancast is popping. Like, Jeff will be like, yeah, so the Fancast was on last week. How could it be on? I wasn't on it. What the fuck is this? And then
Yeah.
I'll create my own Renegade show. It'll just be like Kendo Slice versus the world, and I'll just tear you guys down the whole time. Be like, don't listen to Fancast. Those guys are fucks.
In that case, I'm not going to tell you what I was about to say.
No, you can. I'm pretty.
No.
I'm actually. I'm a pretty easygoing guy. I'm just having fun.
Liquid metal's right. Yep. There's,
When I was when I was really, really little, I had an older sister, and I had to play Barbies with her a lot. There is that.
Cox.
Well, you did say the magic word, which is older sister, so
That doesn't excuse it. Cuck's reality.
Yeah. But these have full articulation on each joint. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know crap about dolls. So
I'm sure you can still use them to jack yourself off if you're that less endowed.
only
No,
a
no. I
full-size
had
one.
I
Be like,
had my
I'm getting-
April O'Neil figure for that.
It's like I'm getting a triple handy from Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks and no, not Nia Jax. Bailey.
Well, they have
from Jack.
they're featuring Nikki, Brie Bella, Sasha Banks, Natalia, I guess, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch,
Oh,
Wait,
I would
wait.
like to raise an objection.
Alicia
Charlotte
Fox,
Flair
and Ava
is a
Marie.
man.
Alicia Fox.
Charlotte
did you
Flair's
say-
a man? This should not be
did
a
you
doll.
say- Did you say Natalia?
I think he meant say Natalia,
I
but
think
Natalia.
that's what he meant. I heard Natalie. I'm like, who the fuck is Natalie? Wait, Natalia?
Yeah, Natalia. Screw you. I'm almost 50. So each one 6 inches high, blah, 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 blah.
Which is already the size of a standard figure. So, and they already make like female wrestler figures themselves. Like I have
They
a
do.
Well,
the ones
apparently
that
they're 12-inch fashion dolls and
Ooh.
6-inch action figures.
Ooh.
Okay, see, the 6-inch action figures already exist, but the 12-inch fashion dolls. And that was another thing too. I was like, when I was checking out the Comic-Con news about that, because I like collecting the wrestling figures. And I'm not really a big Mattel fan, but it is what it is. They're the only ones in town making it, so I mean, what else can I do? And I was looking through that, and it was this whole thing where they have like alternate clothes and everything like that. Basically, it's just Barbies with the wrestling theme. I don't know what their whole shtick is with this. Like, what are they trying to get at here? Is there like, what do you guys think? Because to me, it's just kind of like such an odd thing out of nowhere.
Well, apparently nearly 40% of the WWE fans are women.
Yeah, they all support Roman Reigns, the bitches.
I don't know.
Hey, some of those women actually have some nice tits. There was that one episode of Raw I remember. I was like, God damn, cameraman, do your job.
But this is just probably, it's like everything else. It's just someone thinks they can make money out of it. That's really the driving factor here.
Oh, well, I ain't buying any. I don't buy wrestling action figures anyway.
So, all right.
Yep, Strowman one, which I like, and I will be.
Bryon!
He actually comes with a stretcher, by the way.
Oh, awesome. So is it time to talk about the Batman?
The Batman.
I'm Batman.
Is it?
I'm playing Batman right now.
It's time for... Let's talk about me for a little while.
Is he is or is he ain't out?
I think the real question here is, do I care?
Does anybody care at this point?
And the answer is no.
Yeah, I win.
Watch it.
I've unfortunately watched most of Suicide Squad. I couldn't get through the whole thing because I was like, God, this really sucks.
So I did watch the whole thing.
I saw the whole thing in theaters.
I'm sorry.
You paid to see it?
Well, not only did I pay, my daughter and my wife were with me, and we had to get popcorn and all that other crap. So yes.
Was it like a date night?
No.
Did you get any afterwards?
We've had this discussion before.
Well, that was a different time. This could have been better.
Okay.
It might have worked. It might have worked out for you.
So I was only married 24 years when we saw it last year. Okay, it's the same answer.
So no.
So, all right. Well, I'm going to keep asking that question until I finally get the good answer. So if we need to backtrack to like you and your wife dating in the 90s, going and seeing like, I don't know, Snatch in movie theaters together or something like that, and we can do that.
Well, if we're going back to when we were dating, we're talking the early 90s.
So you went and
Parenthood, or Star
Trek. That was 1989, and there was one time when I was a kid for like the entire summer when I was like 10, I watched Parenthood like every night.
Not no, Father the Bride. There we go. That's what I'm thinking of. It was Steve Martin.
Did you take her for a date to see The Father of the Bride?
We went with my parents and her parents.
Did you get any afterwards?
It's too long ago. I don't remember. I'm going to say yes, so you'll stop asking.
Come on, I'm just trying to get you a victory here, kid. I just want to be able to be like, yeah, there you go, that boy, Bryon. Way to fucking take it to the hole.
So somewhere in there, the answer was yes.
All right, well.
And they look like clones of me, so they're not like the milkman's children.
Well, maybe it's not your wife's kids. You think I'm having her tested? I'm kind of tired of that whole, it might not, he might not be the dad. Well, when can it be, it might not be the mom? Yeah. I want some fucking equality. If we want equality, I want full equality.
You thought you were in labor.
I want the woman's, motherhood of these children called into question.
Okay, I'm back. All I heard was question and something about a home.
Oh, you
doesn't matter. We didn't even notice you were gone. So continuing on about the Batman, I don't really care. Like I said, Ben Affleck doesn't rate really high on the Batman scale with me. So I'm sure they'll find somebody else that will either do a better or worse job. Batman. The character's been portrayed so many times that we have enough good examples that it's not like anything's going to come along and blow us like out of the water and just be like, whoa, he was so awesome as the Batman.
The DCEU is just trash at this point. Doesn't matter what they do anymore.
Yeah, just recast every other movie. No one will even notice.
Just call it quits. It's like, you know what?
Just have Will Smith do it. Just be like Will Smith's new Batman and see if anybody even notices.
And Will Smith will be the villain too.
No. What they should do is they should recast the entire
Robin.
DCEU with Will Ferrell.
I think that actually would make it worse.
It'll be like the Clumps. He plays every character.
Okay, so that's how it actually would get worse if they pick Will Ferrell, because I do not like Will Ferrell.
Eddie Murphy.
Okay, so how about this? How about let's pitch the worst idea to play Batman?
Oh, shit.
I don't think we have to do it. I think Frank just took care of that by saying Will Ferrell. I'm all right, sold.
No, we can dig this hole deeper.
Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, there it is. I'm fat and I'm Batman and I fell down.
Why can't they give me more than one wonton? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. I never saw Shitbusters, so I can't talk to the validity of that line.
Hey, it could be worse, Kendo. It could be Leslie Jones.
No, my vote is Paul Rubens.
No. I think he would not be the worst Batman. I think Paul Rubens could actually do a decent job. The problem is he's like 60-something. Actually, if it was like Pee Wee Herman as the Batman, that would be great.
Where's Robin? I know you are, but what am I?
The Joker's taking over and trying to rob a bank. Bat! And then he goes in and like the Joker's like, freeze, Batman. And it's like, all of a sudden it's like, freeze was the speaker order of the day.
I'm not sure one of them would laugh more. Pee Wee Herman or the Joker.
I'd watch that.
Shit.
Joker might off himself like Linkin Park.
It's not even funny anymore.
Oh, come on. I needed one.
Try harder. God damn. Pick your spots. No, you know what you do is you get Pee Wee Herman as the Batman, and you get that fucking the guy that stole his bike in The Big Adventure to play the Joker.
A big beefy guy.
Yeah, Francis. Whatever. It was Francis was the character. You get him to be the Joker.
Well, there's a spin.
Inadvertently created the best Batman movie.
Mark Holt.
I want the Batmobile. It's my Batmobile, though.
Okay, so now who's going to be the Superman?
So then Joker gets somebody to steal the Batmobile. Like, he gets him to steal the Batmobile. And it's essentially Pee-wee's Big Adventure with Paul Rubens as Batman trying to get his fucking Batmobile back going across the country.
I would so watch this.
I heard that my Batmobile is in the basement of the Alamo. And then all the Texans, there ain't no basement in the Alamo. And then they laugh his ass out of town. I'd watch that.
All right, now who are we going to cast as the worst Superman?
Chester Bennington.
Maybe Will Ferrell's Superman then.
Or we can finally give Nicolas Cage a shot.
Oh, there we go.
That might actually be good.
Let's give Nicolas Cage a shot. I think he deserves it after all that crap he's done.
I'm Superman.
I put my glasses on. You don't know who I am.
Yeah. Quick! Lex Luthor is trying to blow up a bomb to destroy the town. I must go and change now. Where's the phone booth? Oh my god, it's 2017. There's no more phone booths. What will I do? Oh, whoa.
And then we round it up with Christopher Walken as Wonder Woman.
I can't really do anything close to. I got a friend that can do Walken. Something like a
you
bad
see,
walk.
I got this lasso. It goes around people, and they can't lie.
What do you want from me? I'm fucking made of clay over here.
What
see,
this,
my bracelets.
What
my
the
bracelets
scene
can stop
needs
bullets.
is more cowbell.
See, I can't do Walken. That's the best I can get at Walken, and it's not very good.
I can only do really horrible caricatures of Christopher Walken. And The Father of the Bride, I did not know this, was a remake from a 1950s movie with Spencer Tracy.
No, that silence was not us asking for more information. That silence was us going, so what?
I know. It was like, wait a minute. Train of thought derailed yet again.
It was just like, oh, cool. That's great. Don't care.
Well, hey, I had to round it out somehow.
All right, so the Batman. We don't really care if they replace the fucking Affleck.
Yeah. Someone else that likes that joke.
We get Gilbert Gottfried to do it. There you go.
Oh, shit.
What's going on in here?
What do you see here? Yeah.
The Penguin is taking shit over. We got to stop him.
Alfred, would you get my new tights?
Son of a bitch.
Why does it have to be a pole? Why do I slide down a pole?
This fucking car goes too fast.
Gentlemen, we have just saved the DCEU.
They should have kept Affleck.
That's great.
God.
Anyway,
my lungs.
So, all right. So, shall we move on to the things that they got wrong about the Spider-Man?
Okay. The Spider-Man.
We're going to skip right over Homecoming. Awesome. Because no one cares.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, we can address it. Essentially, here, I can take care of Homecoming in 2 minutes. After movies come out, usually they always have a decrease in the second weekend unless they're like once in a lifetime type blockbusters or massive movie franchise, i.e. Star Wars. This movie did see a drop off like it was probably supposed to. The only problem is its drop off was 62.2%, which is actually a pretty massive drop off for a movie of that caliber. What does that say about the movie? Does it say more about the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Does it say more about Sony? We don't really know. We have to wait and see what the next results show, and if anything overtakes it. It wasn't up against any massive competition that I can think of off the top of my head. So could this be a massive blow against the Marvel Cinematic Universe approach? Discuss.
Yeah. It sucks.
See? Yeah, there you go. I handled that real easy, I thought.
Yes.
I like monkeys.
Planet of the Apes beat it, yeah.
Wait, yeah. Actually, I forgot. The Planet of the Apes thing is actually kind of a big movie, so they were up against that. Back to your monkeys that you like. Do you spank them when they get out of line?
Nah, I just stick them in the freezer or try to flush them down the toilet.
Do you make people look at them? Do people want to see a monkey?
Do you shock the monkey?
Every day.
Are you referencing the parody 99 Dead Baboons?
Yes.
I forgot about that. 99 dead baboons.
I like monkeys.
Well, the part about seeing the monkey, I know what that was. That's fucking, that's from Sprockets on Saturday Night Live, right?
This is a time on Sprockets when we dance.
Yeah. Would you like to touch my monkey?
I would have touched the monkey.
They shock the monkey. That's a song.
Yep.
Yeah, just grab a car battery and some alligator clips and just hook it up to a chimpanzee and just let it go.
I am learning way too much about your private life.
That was way too far.
Yeah.
I think I might have found a thumbnail for the show.
Awesome.
Oh, good.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's sometimes in the stupid jungle that is the brown people land. We have to find our way to some entertainment, and we have a spare car battery, and there's nothing but chimpanzees around to shock. So why not?
Fuck's sake, man! Buy a Nintendo.
Yeah, get a fucking hobby.
And 10.
Why don't you just steal cars like normal black people? Oh wait,
He's brown.
sorry.
You know what? Go back to making us some churros, okay?
But, senor, I don't know how to cook.
They're churros. It's not hard. It's just dough that's fried and rolled and dipped in cinnamon stuff.
But the harvest, sir, she no good. I can only give you from box.
Churros. There, I sent it in the thing. That could be our thumbnail. It's from Basketball.
Oh, God, I love that movie.
No, it was a great movie.
Didn't they do a scene where they were just like, where the taxi driver was just like road killing everything on the road?
That was Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah, roadkill caught on tape.
Anyway, so if the way I was thinking, if the flagship did the thumbnail that they did, we could do that one because it says reenactment on it. So it kind of works with the theme of what we got going on.
It's really small, but yeah. Don't say that's what she said.
I wasn't going to say that's what she said. I'm just going to say you're probably used to hearing that. Game, set, and match. Kendo Slice wins over Cuck Muffin.
Yeah, in time BC.
Well, you
Before
know what?
children.
I was going to say that, technically that could be considered abuse of the elderly, so I should probably back down.
Hey, I don't get the AARP stuff yet.
I do. I think they mean to send it to Father Slice, but we got the same name, so it comes to me. Like, he turned 55, I guess it was about 5 or 6 years ago, and like one day there was like a thing in the mail addressed to me for AARP. I'm like, why the fuck am I getting AARP stuff? And then like my dad said something about it. I'm like, hey, are you getting anything from AARP? He's like, no. He goes, I don't want that stuff anyway. He goes, I got a really good machinist pension. I'm like, all right, well, I've been getting AARP stuff sent to me, and I didn't think anything of it. Then it occurred to me that it probably was meant to go to you. So
yeah, somehow I keep getting mail from the Prostate Foundation.
I got friends that get information sent to them about bedwetting and how to fix it, because if you ever go to like places, sometimes you'll see that like those help things, and you fill out the name and address and stuff on the back of it, and you send it in. They send you the self-help stuff like for bedwetting and addiction and all that stuff. I just fucking grab those, put my friends' names on it, and send it in.
Oh, so there it's not random.
Yeah, no, I've got several friends that get like how to quit bedwetting manuals regularly still.
And if they listen, now they'll know why.
At least I hope they're still getting it. I know one time my buddy's like, dude, he came walking in and he's like, had that. He's like, why the hell am I getting this thing about fucking how to stop bedwetting? It took every bit of me not to start laughing. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, there's this thing. It's about like, are you a bedwetter? If you have bedwetting issues, how to get your kid to stop bedwetting, and it's addressed to me. And I'm like, huh, that's weird. He doesn't listen to the show probably, so he'll have no idea it's me behind it. Fucking. Oh, all right, so what do we have left on the topics thing?
Things people get wrong.
Yeah. 5
things people get wrong about the Spider-Man.
Jesus Christ. I'm trying to think of the video. I watched it. I didn't write anything down.
Yeah, we already spoke about the correct spelling of his name earlier. So.
He's got the hyphen.
That he's always a teenager. The mechanical webs and all that stuff. It's because, is it the TV show, the recent cartoon that he's a teenager all the time? Is that where they're getting that?
It comes from Ultimate, and it just the shit kind of spread out from there.
Yeah, because back in the 70s we had a Spider-Man TV show. He was a graduate student in college before he turned to be Spider-Man. So, so we're talking, 23, 24 years old. And so it's really hard. I mean, the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, with him starting in high school and then it's been kind of a few months out of it, but out of high school, you're not sure exactly how much time has passed. I could handle that. I mean, having grown up with a Spider-Man, even in the cartoon, the Super Friends, he was not Super Friends, that's DC. Anyway, he's voiced by adults in the cartoons, and then to have this, he's always 15 nonsense. It just, Aunt May, can you drive me to the crime scene? It's really hard to relate to that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I learned something from that video. I don't know if Jeff references because I mentioned it before, but I had brought up how Spider-Man is always supposed to be like really like wiry and thin, so he's disproportionately strong, but apparently not. Like, he started off that way, but then he did get more muscular.
Right.
Because that was one of my complaints about Tobey Maguire, is how built he got to get in the movies, or at least the first one. But no, apparently I was wrong about that. So.
Yeah, and there was a run where I don't know if it was Ultimate or the Amazing Spider-Man, where the one artist was drawing him with real big bug eyes and goofy proportions, and and I think there he was a bit more buff, thinner waist, that type of thing. But I think I don't know. I have a hard time with him being really wiry, but at least a little bit. But spiders do pick up. I mean, they're not quite like ants where they pick up 100 times their body weight or whatever it is.
50. Yeah.
50.
Close
But
enough.
So it sounds like no one remembers what all, because I actually like.
I got it right here. I'm looking at it right now.
One of the scenes.
Number 5 was that Spider-Man 3 was a failure. It really wasn't. It was commercially, it was a success. It just critically was kind of a failure, and not even necessarily a failure. It just wasn't as good as the 2 predecessors. Mm-hmm. But the 3 that have come after that, it is better than the 2 Amazings, and probably slightly less as good as Homecoming. Maybe kind of on par.
And I blame Sony for that. I don't blame Raimi for that, because I think
that's all Sony.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's always
they tried
Sony.
to cram way too much crap into that. They should have had one villain and made. They could have made quite a bit of hay with Venom showing up, and then he gets rid of the suit, defeats Sandman, and your carryover is, where does the suit go?
Well, Augs was saying something about the director's cut where there's more Sandman in, and that you could have taken that and cut out the Venom stuff and had a pretty solid movie.
Yeah, and you don't need the Hobgoblin or whatever he was called. Harry Green Goblin. He's there for 3.5 minutes. I mean, why? You could have some of the lead in, but he doesn't need to show up. He can show up in another movie.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have 3 villains at the end of that stupid thing.
Ooh, naked chick on TV.
Wait, what?
He's watching something.
Watching tits.
Uh-huh. What a really lovely ass on that woman. Anyway, okay. So then number 4 was that he's always thin, and we just addressed that. He was thin, but then got jacked. Well, sort of jacked. Not, whatever. You know what I mean. 3, he was always in high school. We've mentioned that millions of times.
4% of the 616.
Number 2, you probably spell his name wrong. We've just got done talking about that. And let me get to number 1. Where is it?
Where did number 1 go? Where can it be?
Scrolling through.
Scroll Girl.
She was our last week's nominee for the beautiful chest category. This week, I've got an idea. I was thinking.
How, if you can only hear each other, do you have a nominee of beautiful chest, which you have to see?
Well, we look up the name online.
Most of us are usually very familiar with the person that is nominated. The only people that don't seem to know is Liquid Metal Pro, because for whatever reason, he's fucking stuck in 1938, where there's no such thing as internet or mass communications.
Well, his computer is basically a hamster in a wheel and 2 rubber bands.
Yeah.
But it is a lowrider.
Actually, it's a 4 on a wheel.
A lowrider.
And when you hit the right button, it bounces up and down.
Let's see.
I'm really bad with names.
He's still in high school. Can't find what number 1 is, and I can't remember what it is.
Oh, Mr. Takes Notes isn't prepared for this.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I didn't take notes this week because that video I was trying to watch it with no internet on roaming. So you could give me all the shit you want about not taking notes on it. I still got fuck sticks beat hands down for the most part when it comes to taking notes and being prepared. Bitches!
I'm never prepared, and I am fabulous. So,
That's a matter of debate. The great pop culture debate. Does Reality's Frank suck? Yes.
Very good.
I disagree. The end.
I'm assuming that number 1's probably, I don't know, there's a lot of different things about comic books and panels and the differences between the movies.
No, I think, actually, if I remember correctly, it was that the movies
that the Raimi movie
deviated too much from the comics.
Yeah.
When in fact,
yeah, maybe.
Because he doesn't have...
So Yeah, because here it shows Spider-Man. The first one was equal to these comics, and then Spider-Man 2 it shows what it came from these comics. So yeah, you're probably right on that one.
Yeah.
See?
Anyway.
No preparation. Huh.
And then he shows things right out of the panels
Yeah,
out of
that is
the
number one.
like with
Yep.
shots from the movies that are almost identical, even in the lighting and everything else. So, yeah,
There's
that was the
Marissa
thing. It was that the
Tomei.
Raimi movies didn't follow the comics, and I think they're the most loyal.
I'd give fucking Marissa Tomei a money shot. All right.
Even
Okay,
the
so-
casting of the various characters.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's all the content for the last week.
It was bizarre.
No, Venom's wife. You forgot Venom's wife.
No. Okay. Venom's. Fuck that. It shouldn't be in the movie. It should never be in a movie. It's stupid. Done.
There shouldn't be a Venom movie at all.
Yeah, there shouldn't even be a Venom movie unless they do it right and it's like the Venom trilogy type thing. Again, stupid. Done.
Yeah.
I was having a good podcast until you brought that up.
Well, is there a Venom's wife in the comics, or is this just something they're going to invent for the movies?
No, it was in. I think there was like a. I'm trying to remember. It's. I think it's
referenced in the comics.
I think it's Eddie Brock's wife, and somehow or another.
Yeah, his ex-wife, wasn't it?
Yeah, his ex-wife, and I think it's like when they like create multiple symbiotes or something, and one of them just like attaches himself to her or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
It's a terrible idea, is all it is.
Sounds like it.
Because even incorporating that in the comic book was probably a terrible idea.
Yeah. Well, we had some other topics that came out of the Facebook page. Harley Quinn versus Joker, which I don't understand why that would be a versus, but
I think I know why. We know for the article was very vague on details, but it's suggested that it's tying in to Gotham City Sirens. So this movie is going to facilitate her turn to being a quote unquote good guy.
So we're paying for a movie that's basically a movie about domestic violence.
Yes.
Well, no, she's breaking out of the domestic violence.
Yeah, that's empowerment.
She's a survivor. She ain't gonna give up.
But she's going to be a good guy now, so she has. I mean, even at the end of Suicide Squad, they kind of showed her being like this model prisoner, just sitting there reading a book, being all cool about it.
What else is on TV?
Until Joker shows up.
That sounds like a dumb idea.
Yeah, but it's all, tying into their Gotham City Siren shit.
Which is also a dumb idea.
Is that a TV show or a movie?
It's nothing that I know of.
No, the Gotham.
It's a torture mechanism. That's what it is.
Well, no, I thought because this is tying in, isn't like Batgirl and all that part of that Gotham City?
Batgirl, Catwoman, Harley. There's actually like a whole doll series based on this crap.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. While we're talking about women, I got a nominee for this week's beautiful chest of the week.
Yeah, you just skipped over mine from last week. That was kind of rude.
No, I didn't skip over yours. She didn't have a name.
I told you her name.
And we gave you a better option.
All right. Fair enough.
I agree.
Anna Kendrick. Discuss.
Agreed.
Anna Kendrick.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's really cute.
Damn.
Ah.
I actually, she's the one I liked in Twilight when my wife made me watch that movie.
It's just the only good thing out of those movies.
Yeah.
I never watched those movies, so haha, I win.
And she can sing too.
Okay, for the record, the Twilight movies are the greatest unintentional comedies of all time. If you watch it like that, they're amazing.
Yeah. Well, the first one wasn't horrible, but then they got really full of themselves, and they just went downhill in a heartbeat.
No, watch them with the riff tracks.
But I think somewhere around the third or fourth one, my wife is like, "This, yeah," because she read all the books, but she was like, "Yeah, these are just getting stupid." So,
anyway, she's cute. She's good looking. She got huge boobs. Need I say more?
Exactly.
And she's talented.
I like the fact that she pretty much wears basic tank tops, so it's like perfectly framed.
Yeah.
Agreed. So, do we need to take a vote, or are we just all going to say, yeah, she deserves to be in the Beautiful Chest Hall of Fame?
Yep, put her in the calendar.
Yes.
What, I need to say yes? I mean, I already kind of said it before.
No, I mean, I was going to put her in there anyway, since I've made myself in charge of this segment.
Oh,
I have a really good eye for beautiful big boobs, so.
Oh, I'm not complaining.
It's kind of like my forte. I know a beautiful big chest when I see one, and I can tell whether just from looking at them, I can tell whether or not they're real, they're fake, if they're being held up by the underwire, if they're going to just fall straight to her knees when she takes them off. I mean, I'm an expert on the subject.
Well, I'm glad you have a talent.
Well, I mean, I've had some large-chested girlfriends, so I've had plenty of practice.
All right.
Not to brag, just saying. Fortune has smiled on me a few times in my life. And those few times always came in pairs. There was a joke in there you totally just didn't get.
No, we got it.
Nah.
That's fine. No, sell it. That's fine.
It's getting late. All righty. Well, we're running out of steam. We're having too many delays. So we also had things like the Jigsaw trailer, some of the stuff Augs brought up, and unfortunately he's not here to talk about the Leatherface trailer.
No, it was past his bedtime.
Which none of us saw.
Nope.
So.
Don't care.
He was here the full time last time.
And he even stayed for like the 2.5 hour after party.
Yeah, I don't know. Something must have happened.
See, if I had known you guys were going to go that long, I would have rejoined the call.
Yeah,
well, that's why you don't drop out.
Well, I had to go do things.
You had to pick up me from work.
Yeah, I had to pick up my woman. Yeah. Checks.
Okay, then you drop her off and say, "All right, got to get back to work. See ya."
Well, now we know. Yeah, we didn't know we were going to be on that long, and I was tempted to just say, "Hey, good night. You guys can hang up whenever. I'll leave my computer on." But as soon as I said, "I don't think I can," I think if I hang up, the whole call's gone, and they were like, "Okay, good night." It was almost 3 a.m. here, I think, wasn't it? I don't know.
Shit. Oh yeah, it was about 2 or so. It was fun though.
Yeah. It was so late that I didn't even know what day it was. So, well, I got some pictures of Anna we can put on the thumbnail too.
Oh God! I'm sorry. Father Slice just sent me a text message. It says, "Hey, did you hold up a bank?" And there's this screenshot that he took a picture of his TV, and I swear to God, this guy looks like fucking me. I'll put it in the group page.
Nice.
But there's okay, that's great. That's like last week when Jeff sent me that thumbnail picture. Oh, God. I love Father Slice. I'm just going to write back. Looks like I did. I wish I would have known about it. I'd have been spending that money on hookers and other stuff by now. I wouldn't have been on the Fancaste like, "Hey, guys, I'm kind of busy right now. I'm kind of laying low." Probably not a good idea to be recording something on the internet. Oh.
So
So
we
is
have
that
any
it?
topics?
We done?
Yeah, I don't think we do.
Everything to cover.
Buy a
No.
goddamn t-shirt.
Yes. Go to incarnate-studios.com. Don't forget the fucking hyphen. Support the show. Patreon. If you're a Patreon member at, I think it was the $5 and up level this week, you got The Mummy commentary. The Mummy, a movie still in theaters. They have it. They've commentated on it. I have not listened to it yet. And subscribe, like their channel, even if you're a Linkin Park. Yeah, join the Facebook group. Even if you're a Linkin Park fan, get over your butt hurt for the time being and make it to next week. That'll be okay.
Well, I'm pretty sure half of Linkin Park fans probably off themselves already. So,
yeah, well, that's what happens when you become a bunch of emos.
Yep. Hey, and you can find me on my YouTube channel as well, where I do all kinds of reviews of stuff. I'll put a link below for those 12 people who watch my videos.
I try to watch them. I don't always get to, though. You know what's going to happen? I've talked to the guys, and I'm going to be making a trip to Michigan to see some friends that I haven't seen in a while. And if I do that, I will swing through Cincinnati, and I will bring you some beers from around here that you probably haven't had for you to do your review on.
Excellent.
How's that?
Excellent.
That sound good?
Yep.
Are we friends again?
Yeah, we're friends again.
Awesome.
It'd be great. You know, it's yeah, we got a lot up here, but we don't get everything. It just all depends on the distribution and size of the craft brewer and all that stuff. So
yeah, I'll talk to you about some of because the brewers and stuff. Be like, hey, have you ever seen anything from this brewery, whatever? And then you can just tell me yay or nay, and I'll grab some shit to bring.
All right. Well, I do have a list on my website of all of the reviews by brewery, so it's pretty easy to look at that as well. But I have been the one with recording duties tonight. So anyway, I don't know. Do we need to sign out, or are we just going to end this damn thing?
We could sign out.
All right. Which way are we gonna go? Let's go with Mr. Reality himself.
All right. I am Reality's Frank, and I am getting some tonight.
All right.
Yeah, and all the way from Nuevo York.
Well, this was Liquid Metal Pro, and I say Bud Dwyer still had the best suicide.
Frank that was probably the deal he had to cut with the pre-wife to get her on. He's like, I want to get some tonight. She's like, I want to be on your show. So it's kind of like when Kevin Smith had to put his wife in a movie just to get in her good graces. I think this is what's going on here.
Well, good for him. And
sure, guys. Sure.
And the mouth that runneth over, Mr. Kendo Slice.
I got to go return some videotapes.
All right. Good night, y'all.
All right.